Hey everybody, welcome back. We're finally ready to get into it.
Yo,
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's
don't
go.
everyone talk all at once.
What's D&D?
Yeah, we are dungeoning the dragon.
Who would have thought that somebody who comes to a Dungeons and Dragons streams was expecting to watch Dungeons and Dragons?
On Friday night, no less.
Definitely not I.
All right, boys. We're gonna roll nat 20s every time. We're gonna 1v9.
Look at this guy smoking.
Our roles have never been better, gentlemen and lady. Together, we can achieve glory.
Evan,
Again.
you're probably
Gentlemen
gonna go
and
0
lady.
and 8 and say you're 1v9ing.
Dude, I'm 1v9 every game. I don't know what you mean.
Dude,
No,
he-
you 9v1.
Alright. When we last left off, you all had taken a rest and respite inside the mercenary guild in Soju Pem. Some of you had gotten up to some shenanigans in the night, but they were all relatively quiet. Until, at one point, you hear shouting from Darius in the northeastern side of the hall.
Me here shouting.
Hate simply
Take-
mutters something along the lines of, ugh, and sighs and rolls over.
Fix Lorca.
I rushly put on my headscarf and run out into the hallway.
Takes Lork a couple moments to actually realize what happened. Because he immediately rushes out and probably bowls Dagger over in the process.
His door is currently closed.
Knock, 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 knock.
No response from the door.
Is it locked?
Yes.
Alright,
go ahead and pick the lock.
Down.
Oh.
No. Do you got it?
Just pick the lock.
I picked the lock.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. That's Thieves' Tools. Wow, first time I've used this.
Technically.
Oh shit.
Because for some reason Dyer decided to do it. So, Lork, it's been about 15 seconds and he's still picking the lock.
Alright. Time to do things my way.
No,
Dyer,
I got it.
Dyer slides in, just kind of pushes Rift to the side. The door.
After he opens
I
the
just-
door, I furrow my brow. I just say, "I'll loosen it for you."
There's this. Yeah, he did. But he
Get out of
steps
my
out, like he
way!
doesn't go in first.
Lork heads in immediately after Aquila.
What do I see?
You see as Darius is mostly slumped out of his bed with only a little bit of one of his arms left on top of it, and he's kind of kneeling over on the floor.
He's the hand that isn't on the bed is sort of like
Can
shaking,
I shake
and he's
him
staring at it.
awake?
He
Hey,
is
he is awake.
He's very
according to
much
his
awake.
description.
He's staring at
Oh,
one of his
okay.
hands and shaking, while it's shaking. Like his whole body is quivering.
Wait, so are you missing a hand?
No.
No, one of his hands is
okay.
on the bed and one of the hands is shaking.
Oh, okay.
Lork is gonna kneel down and not really say anything, but just kind of wait for an appropriate moment to actually ask if he's all right.
He is completely unresponsive. Like, didn't even react to you entering the room, is like just staring at his hand and like completely quivering.
Can I feel his wrist for his heart rate?
You may reach for it.
Okay.
Second you touch his wrist, he sort of pulls it away and like slowly looks up.
Hi, Darius. How you
What-
doing?
Oh god.
You need to leave. I need to leave. And he starts to get up, like still shaking a
there he
little
is.
bit, and he's like moves to put on clothes, and he's like actively like trying to avoid contact with Lorik explicitly. Like he'll walk on the other around them like this way. Starts walking around and like making breadth with
There it
Lorik.
is.
No, you need to sit down, is what you need to do.
Darius, I don't know what happened, but you need to breathe.
No, you don't understand. Just move out of my way, please.
Darius, no.
You don't get it, Lorik.
I
And
know I don't
explain
get
it
it.
to us.
You don't have to explain, but breathe.
He's still breathing raggedly, but it's starting to slow down. Please, just let me go.
Where do you intend to go then?
Away. I don't know. I can't be around you.
You as
You
a
want
lord?
any of us to go with you?
Any of you, just no. And he's like breathing very deeply at this point, but it's still like clearly unstable.
I don't know what happened, but
I believe our friend is one of those go off on your own kind of deal with shit people.
I know.
If only it was that simple. He sort of mumbles under his
Darius,
breath.
I have to admit, it's worrying seeing you like this. I've never seen you like this before. That's why I'm so reluctant to just sit for a moment, please.
No. Every moment I speak with you, I convince myself maybe I'm not some monster. And I can't afford to let myself slip.
What do you mean slip?
I need to leave. I'm sorry. It was fun while it lasted. I enjoyed spending the time with you,
Darius.
but I can't be with you anymore. Don't interrupt me, Lorik. I need to go.
And what do you think you'll do on your own?
I won't hurt you guys. That's what I won't do.
We're more worried,
so worried about
you
slipping.
getting hurt at this point.
If you're so worried about slipping, then that means that you're worried about hurting other people as well. We, at least, can help stop that. We're not as helpless as you make us out to be.
You don't understand. You.
I don't understand.
Well, you
But
never tell us.
Darius, we're here for you. Trust us.
Well, your friends, mate.
And he sort of like falls down to his knees and like puts his hands in his face on his face.
I sit down right here just to be on the same level with him.
And he's just like sort of breathing right now.
Kind of back off the I look at Lorik, but I tell him. I just look at Lorik. He seems to know usually what to do.
You want me to get you a glass of water?
He's currently just breathing and not responding.
I go and get the blanket off of the bed and just drape it around his shoulders softly.
Ooh, be careful. Don't make him angry.
I wouldn't. And he just sort of like mumbles, I don't. And then sort of starts to calm down a little bit, and he takes his hands off of his face and he's just on his knees, sort of like looking at the ground. I'm a danger to you all.
In case you haven't noticed, we're always in danger anyway. And you've saved our lives more times than not.
She has a point.
And if you're worried about being a danger to people, why not be around those who you're less of a danger
Not
to?
people, he cuts you off. You. And he looks up and stares you, Lorik, dead in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big boy. He can take care of himself.
Were you shown something then?
And like a single tear falls down from the corner of his eye. I saw. I saw. And then he doesn't say any more than just I saw.
You don't have to tell us right now.
You need to understand. No, I need to. You need to understand why I have to leave. I saw you all. All chained. Lorik. Brutally eviscerated.
Oh man. Oh,
And in my hands. The same blade. And he's just unresponsive, just crying.
Dyer goes into the room.
Lorik is gonna kind of step to the side and just kind of crouch down. Not saying anything, just kind of crouching right there.
And he's back to shaking at this point as he's replaced his hands on his face and he's like quivering.
Not
So,
all visions are meant to pass.
yeah. Rifter got lucky that one time.
Vermilion, can you go get some water very quickly?
I nod my head and I go get some water. I assume I know where that is.
You do. You'll be
Okay,
back in
yeah.
about a minute and a half.
All right. I run.
Dyer, I understand your optimism, but my strength is derived from the patron of dreams.
And did this feel like a message from that patron?
Considering I was spoken to, yes.
Well,
Just sweet. It just convinces me of everything I was worried of. That I'm not truly what I think I am.
Does your patron have any possible motive to make you want to go somewhere else?
He told us of his hatred of that being. So, Darius, have you ever considered that this being wants to isolate you to...
No. He's just no. That's not. You misunderstand. Seth is not my patron.
Nidhogg?
I return with the water. And I go ahead and I hand him a glass.
I know you
Dennis.
want to focus on something else right now, but please drink some.
And he's sort of like. Sorry, there's a vacuum right now.
If Nidhogg can contact you like that, who's to say it doesn't know of the talks we'd had with Hate about potentially planning, once we're far more powerful, to destroy it?
Being like that doesn't need this. It's not. I'm not. Let me leave, please.
But what motivation would it have to warn you of something like this?
I mean,
It's not a warning, it's a lie.
Warning. No, Lord, it wasn't a warning. It was revealing what I am. It was truth.
you wait, you derive your powers from this patron?
Yes. It's more complicated than just a deal, but Yes.
But it's a contract. That means it wants something from you, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't sign a contract.
I don't know.
That's what you
I've
taught
had
me.
this. I've had this from birth. I don't.
But it's still a contract. It's what you taught me.
Even if what you say is true, I don't want to take the chance.
Well, it could be up to us.
You're not a monster,
You
my
trust
friend.
us to be able to make decisions regarding our own safety.
Not monster.
It's not out of a lack of trust for you. Of myself, in fact.
I'm aware of that.
You know well how much hatred I have for the Yuan Ti people. I am no exception.
You are in my book, mate.
Yeah, he seems fine to me. I look at Rifter.
I nod my head. And I also point out Nidhogg, the patron of dreams. And then I hold in one hand dreams, nightmares. And I kind of give it a shrug.
These things are not necessarily truth, but perhaps illusions.
I've been trying to say.
He's just sort of like mumbling to himself no over and over again.
Darius.
Convinced you all too well.
No, even if you did try to attack us, do you think that you could take on every single one of us in a fight and win?
Maybe one by one, but all of us.
Aquila, I've seen entire villages toppled. Not from a Yuan Ti battling honorably between each of the combatants of the village, but from underhanded methods, from deceit, trickery.
Okay, but what makes you think, if you don't want to hurt us, that you will?
How do I know I haven't just convinced myself?
Sounds like
I don't know. I
um,
feel like motivation is more important. I think that if you don't want to hurt us, that you won't. Because your hands are in fact driven by your brain, which is the brain that does not wish to hurt us.
And if I cast a spell, that erased my memory for a period of time so that I could better act as if I cared.
Why would you do that?
Mate, it sounds like he's prying at your very core.
Picking away at your very insecurities that he's aware of.
Yeah, it seems too convenient to me.
Alright then. Darius, if you can't trust yourself to be vigilant against slipping, perhaps you would trust someone else to keep an eye on you. To be vigilant.
Please, the only way for me to ensure your safety is if you let
There's
me
no
leave.
ensured safety for any of us ever. You realize that, right?
If it'd make you feel better, I could wait outside of your vision and stab you up if you ever catch you slipping.
There says, oh, I don't.
For sure, I don't think that's reassuring right now.
Well, actually,
Rifter just shrugs and says, "Only trying to help."
so
I've already
I mean,
turned
what has-
against you all once. What's to say I couldn't do it again?
Once. What do you mean by that?
Honey, you were under a spell.
The health floor.
Any one of us could have gotten hit by that.
And yet I was the one that turned. Do you
Darius,
do you
I
know
turned
why?
as well.
In my blood, and he's like raising his voice to yell over you. In my blood, I am resilient to magic, and I just so happen to be the one.
Not the only one.
That was some heavy duty shit, mate. Me too.
Do you still trust Lorik and Vermilion? Even though they attacked us as well, and you, when they were charmed?
Not the same.
Why is it
It was
not
the
the
same
same?
effect.
And he
What's
stands
the
up and
effect?
like tries to leave the door like abruptly.
I'm going to try and grapple Darius.
Even if you are leaving, you're not leaving without your things, and not tonight until you rest.
Go ahead and roll it, Lord.
What should I contest with?
Acrobatic athletics. Come on,
Two.
kill me now.
Oh.
He just makes a
Oh.
shambled mess of an attempt to push his way through as he kind of just falls onto your shoulders and kind of into your arms.
He just breaks down at that point.
Darius, that thing didn't target you because you were you. Targeted you because you were invading its territory, as were the rest of us. And just because you're
But
resistant against magical effects doesn't mean that you're immune to them. There's always a chance.
I put my hand on his shoulder and say softly, decisions are always best made in the morning and after rest. For now, you should just try
In the
and
morning.
sleep.
And he sort of like pushes himself slightly off of Lorik and like looks down at the ground and makes his way back into his bed.
You want me to make a sleeping draught for you so you don't have any dreams?
He doesn't respond. He's just now laying in bed looking at the wall.
I'll take that as a no. Anything else we can get for you?
Same response.
Does anyone want to stay in this room with him for the night?
I raise my hand.
Lorik just kind of gives a slight nod.
All right. I'll see you all in the morning then.
All right, then.
Not at Aquila.
Good night.
Agreed.
Darius sits outside the room on this wall.
Yeah. Lorik is basically going to just close the door and sleep laying against it. So that's basically barred from the inside.
I will return to my room, but I'll speak to him tomorrow.
Vermilion jumps down on the bed, laying on my side. I have a look of happy contentment as I just keep an eye on Darius. I kind of dick around with my knife.
Be right back.
Yeah, Lorik stays awake until he's sure that both of the others are asleep.
Is Vermilion sleeping?
Vermilion waits until Darius goes to sleep. If he doesn't sleep, I don't sleep.
Is Darius sleeping?
I'm DMing you something.
I see.
Huh.
Sliding in the DMs as usual. I see.
Mhm. That is how it is.
It do be like that though.
It's what it's.
Perish.
What, you don't like that, big boy?
No, I do not like that phrase. Sam, I am.
Eventually, Darius does start to settle himself into a sleep. It's not a cozy slumber, it's not peaceful, but you can tell that he's asleep.
In that case, I keep my eyes on him like a little bit longer. As I try to fight sleep, but then I'm like, oh, I just kind of turn over and go to sleep.
It probably takes Lorik another hour or so after Richter falls asleep, but then he starts slowly dozing off. Still basically just with his full weight against the door.
Do you eventually fall into slumber as well, Lord?
Yeah, he dozes off and is still just kind of fully against the door.
Sounds reasonable to me. Anyone else?
I've just been listening for about an hour, and then I fall asleep.
Sounds reasonable. Hate is steadfast asleep, and Akila, everything goes well?
Yeah.
Fantastic. The rest of the night goes by without incident. It is now the morning of. Let me check and make sure.
22nd, right?
It is the 24th now.
Oh, 24th, okay.
The 24th of Dark Sun. The morning rises uncharacteristically. There is no chirping of birds as would be expected in your other abode, as this is a much more populated area. And instead, the morning is heralded by various different bits of horses riding through the street and the blacksmith beginning their work.
Lorik kind of wakes up from a bit of a fitful slumber and just rubs his eyes a bit as he stands up, probably pops a few vertebrae as he stretches. And he sees if the others are awake yet.
I literally jump out of bed, land on my feet, and I go ahead and I lean over against the wall because I'm cool, holding a knife, hopping up and down, waiting for the rest of my friends to get up.
You all right there, Vermilion, or do you usually do that in the morning?
I just like to keep my hands busy. But then I point over to Darius. He concerns me.
He concerns me as well. I just hope that... I don't know. Lorik kind of turns around and slowly opens the door, trying to see who all else is awake.
Darius asleep on the floor.
Darius is getting up slowly and putting his bag together and putting on all of his gear and whatnot. Is there a window in this room?
There's not.
Okay.
Well, how did everyone else sleep?
Could be better. I nudged Dyer's leg with my boot, like, and shake. Like, hey,
35 more minutes. And then turn around.
Or get up. We have to get going.
Where?
Well, we have a commitment to uphold at the moment.
I'm going to get some breakfast.
I'll bring your bag. Mark
wait.
starts.
No, you stay right there. He walks past you.
Alright then.
Where do you head, Schoenhoff?
I head to breakfast.
Sounds good.
And before I descend the stairs, I call out to Lorik very quickly.
Mhm.
Have him come see me when he's up.
I grab my bags. And I walk here and I poke my head in and I say, "You still living there is?"
Yes, I am. I'm
At the
not
very
going
least,
to
accompany
take
us
the
to all Hectorum.
Don't interrupt the man. He like taps you.
Alright. I'm sorry. What did Darius say before I interrupted him?
No,
I-
yeah, Dyer looks at him. Yeah, like continue.
I'm not going to take the risk.
Come on, man, just pick
Darius,
up your stuff.
at least accompany us to all Hectorum. We do need your help to close the deal with the caravan. 3 days.
3 days. He gets up out of bed without another word and tries to get past and into the hallway.
Lorik acquiesces. Also,
Dyer heads
Schoenhoff
upstairs.
wanted to speak to you downstairs.
Are we having breakfast? Dyer asks.
think so.
Lorik's just kind of silently pondering what happened last night with a bit of a troubled look in his eyes.
At the moment, the mercenary representative, as it were, is asleep, dozing off at the chair.
I think some food in our stomach could do us all some good.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right.
1 second.
I tap the desk.
There is no response. She continues to snore.
Poke her.
Ah! And then she
Morning.
kind of looks at you. And she kind of looks outside and sees as there's a couple people moving past. Sorry.
It's all good.
Hi.
Do you
Hello again. And
do you
she-
usually sleep here?
No.
You best be careful. There's some unsavory folks around that might steal something from you.
Yeah.
As she oh, yawns, she says, "I'm sure I'd catch them if they were."
I look at Rifter with a look of, should we take the challenge?
I
She shakes her
I
head and says, anyway, hi, how can I help?"
You said there was like a breakfast.
Oh, yes, of course, I'll go let them know. They're probably already working on it.
Oh, that'll be
She
awesome.
looks outside. Should be ready in a bit. Maybe 20 minutes?
Thank you.
And with that, she starts to make her way. Come on. There we go. She works up and makes her way into a back room.
suddenly remember something as she leaves, and I nudge Dyer, I kind of give him an elbow, and I point out I go ahead and I pull out a bit of note paper that I received the other day, and I say, "Oh right, with all the commotion, I forgot I got this." And when I hand it to you, it's a I'm trying to remember exactly what she says, but basically it says, I support you. She's basically calling me out, knowing who I am.
Oh.
I kind of like give you like a wince, breathing the air through my teeth, like.
I'm like, yeah, that looks scared. It's like, yeah, we gotta be more careful about that.
Yeah, it says, if it's any consolation, I think what you did was right, Emma.
Yeah, but that just means, wait, didn't, oh, hate. Man.
While
Yeah.
they're talking about that, I come up to Darius and ask if he would step outside with me for a moment.
Lorik's just kind of sitting at the table and writing in his journal a bit before the day really begins.
What is it?
I understand there were some troubles last night. I wasn't there for everything, but would you mind recapping for me a bit?
I'm leaving. That's all that's important.
He just raises an eyebrow, leaving.
All that there needs to be said.
No, there must be more than that.
I'm a danger to everyone here. And so, in order to prevent my...
What makes you say that? He interrupts.
I have regular visions of my own power, of things to come to pass, and this time it was of hurting all of you. I will not let it come to pass, so I'm leaving.
And how do you know that these visions are not magically induced?
Oh, I'm entirely sure that they all are.
Then that means they're artificial. That they aren't
Of course.
actually real.
All is artificial in the eyes of Nidhogg.
You are resistant to magic, yes?
Somewhat.
Well, you need to remember that that is the exception and not the rule. There are no rules on magic. Just because one thing is resistant does not mean it is immune to it. You can overcome this, but you'll need help.
I'm
That's
so
what we're here
convinced that
for.
this vision is false. You have no more proof that it is false than I do that it is right, other than I know what gave it to me.
And so, knowing that, you are willing to give up.
I'm not giving up. Giving up would be to stay with you, to accept that I would hurt you.
You don't know what will happen if you stay with us.
I know damn well what will, and I will not let it come to pass.
But you agreed in saying it was artificial.
Just because the vision is artificial does not make it false.
Well then, I suppose there's no convincing you.
Afraid not. I agreed to return to our Hectorum, to accompany you for one last journey. But beyond that, I do not trust myself to stay with all of you anymore.
And why beyond that? When it could happen in those 3 days alone.
Oh, Strunov.
Clearly you acknowledge that there is a shred of hope if you believe that.
He stops for a second. You're right. It was nice knowing you, Strunhoff. And he turns to start walking
Oh
away.
my god. Strunhoff!
Why do I not get a persuasion check on that when my persuasion's 9 and that's my one superpower?
Well, he's a PC, dude.
So?
The only times you really get to make ability checks against PCs are when you try to grapple them or something like that.
He made a check against...
You're right. You did.
Choice.
You did persuade him. Your persuasion check succeeded. You persuaded him exactly of what you said, that these 3 days were not enough. Or too much, pardon.
Yikes.
Whatever, dude. Like, you made a check on someone using a fucking feat earlier in the campaign, but whatever. I don't understand how checks work.
Fucking hell,
Golden.
It's okay.
So as Dyer and Vermilion are sitting there talking about the thing, eventually Dyer kind of sees Vermilion's back is turned as Darius begins to walk off unaccompanied.
Wait, Darius! I tried to catch up to him.
There is quite a bit of a crowd assembling at this time.
His pace increases a little bit.
As Lord
I
hears
see everyone
in
leave
that,
and just
he follows.
Yeah, but I use triple dash
I use
to
hide
walk up to him.
to try to intercept
Can you
him.
triple dash through a thick crowd?
Yeah, I don't think you can.
It's still
Can
difficult
I-
terrain, but
As
still.
as you begin to make your way, he disappears amongst the crowd.
Well, he can still triple dash, but the crowd would be like difficult terrain.
I don't see any people.
Wow, amazing! There's a lot of things you don't see.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
you're. Yeah.
Darius is one of them.
Mhm.
Strunhoff,
well-
what in the hells did you say?
He did not interpret my point correctly.
What did you say?
I'm gonna go get my breakfast.
I told him that if he thinks those 3 days that he is spending with us, if he believes he can spend those 3 days with us, then he clearly has a shred of hope within himself. That he is not a danger to us.
God damn it, Strunhoff.
it was a fair
not
point
how
to
he
make,
thinks.
Lorik.
He didn't do nothing wrong. I suspected he was going to head off before we could do anything anyway.
He seemed pretty adamant about it. I don't think there was anything us as individuals could do.
I had some ideas, but I needed those 3 days to do them, and... God damn it.
Do we know where he might be headed?
That is a question. Vermilion, can you check the area around the town, see if you can find him out there?
I give you a salute and I say, I'm on it, Captain.
Just, if you do find him, try to detain him.
And I look at you with like curious, like.
If he goes out on his own, something bad is going to happen. It's a hunch.
I'm looking at you with severe curiosity and concern. Wait, do you know something I don't?
Did you have a strange dream last night?
I don't know. Did Rifter have a strange dream last night?
No.
I shake my head.
Then I do know something you don't.
Oh, I don't like that. And I go ahead.
Care to share with the class?
Not in public.
Well, in that case, I go ahead and I search the area as much as I can. If I do spot Darius, I remain hidden from him.
You do not find him.
Well, shit. I report back as soon as I can to basically just say, I couldn't find him.
Yes.
I'm sure someone at the Mages Guild will know some kind of tracking spell.
Absolutely.
Those can be resisted.
What,
Yeah,
just like...
You can cast them more than once?
And so can mind control.
We don't have the luxury of time on our hands.
Either way, we aren't going to get anything done if we don't eat.
Maybe you won't. I'm going out to myself.
Take it on the road with us.
Lord, head out immediately.
You begin your search. What do you do?
Stuff the pastries in my back.
Yeah. I walk out and I walk up to Vermilion and sorry. I bump
And
into
one
Aquila
each.
and then I offer Strunhav and Vermilion breakfast.
Oh, I would love some.
I'll take some for the road, but we probably should leave.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, I mean, we're not catching up to him, so... Alright, let's go. I pat Vermilion. I begin eating my pastry while I walk.
I nod my head, and I head on out.
Fancy.
What am I eating?
Mostly it's a variety of different sweet pastries. Think a little bit like waffles with syrup, and a little bit of special little meat crunchies.
When I take a bite into it and I realize what it is, I give Dyer a kiss on the head.
I don't know what that was about, but of course.
I munch on these and I say, it's been so long since I had one, and I start devouring it really quickly, like both hands, like oh. Blah, 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 blah.
I'm just confused and I keep walking.
Alright, do Lorik's inquiries turn anything up?
What specifically and how?
It's in the chat.
Oh, I see.
I only put it there because people were talking.
There's a little bit of responses of a couple days ago, but as far as today goes, the only people who saw him, you get a little bit about how he was talking to a man with an eye patch, but aside from that, there's nothing.
He
Alright, so...
doesn't know invisibility or teleport, does he?
I think he does.
That's...
Darius says.
I wouldn't put it past him to know some sort of invisibility spell.
That's unfortunate.
He can fly, can he?
I believe so, yes.
But flying would be worse, actually. He's so.
All he would have
he's
to do would be
smart,
to
he
get out
wouldn't
of
do
town.
that. Yeah, but if he
Well,
flies, we can see him because you don't see a flying snake man very often.
unless
Yeah,
he's
well,
high
no
enough
one
up
said
or
they
far
saw
enough out.
it.
Is the sky clear?
What do you mean?
Like, is the sky clear? Like, if there is actually a left via flight, would we be able to see it?
Yeah, probably.
Alright. Yeah, horizon line and whatnot. So we didn't fly.
Alright. He wouldn't go back to all Hectorum.
Nope.
Nah. Was a bit on the nose.
Does anyone know where he was spending his time before he came to town?
Lorik would know.
He was in
Maybe
Korheim.
Lorik. Where is that?
Right.
Vermilion knows.
I nod.
Yeah, but what if instead
Besides
of saying that, you
that-
say where it is?
It's in the Volstrom territories. I'm sorry, I'm
So down south.
tense.
And
But
south
that's
true,
is-
but we don't know if he's
unfortunate.
headed there or if he's headed to the west.
I mean, I
Well-
don't think he would try to go rejoin his people, but I do think there is a case to be made for him just trying to make a living somewhere where he won't be killed for being Yuan-Ti.
I
No.
And you think the Volstrom territories are that place?
Like I said back out west.
I bring
No,
up-
he would only. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
I just go ahead and bring up that Korheim.
Korheim is a business town. He's a merchant. Very probable that he might have gone there.
And then I go ahead and I let Dyer speak.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way he goes to the Badlands, whatever they're called.
The Savage
He,
Kingdoms.
there's no way he considers himself. Yeah, that. There's no way he considers himself strong enough to actually do what he wants to do right now.
Or maybe he intends to head there to isolate himself.
No, he's. I mean, do you think he's gonna go and spend time with the people he hates the most, including himself?
If what you've told me is true,
Well, not
then
everywhere in the Savage Land is Yuan-Ti settlements.
there was
I
that
don't know, I just know what he told me. He didn't tell me
Shibalo
much.
place that you went to, right?
Why would he go there? There's nothing there.
No, I'm
Literally everything burned down.
not saying that he would head there specifically, but that can't be the only town that's not Yuan-Ti.
Yeah, but why would he go there? There's jack shit there.
I say we try.
I think about it and then I just say,
Can
Right.
Sloric follow someone's scent?
I kind of
He
just
doesn't have a nose.
I don't know. It might be magic.
I just turn around and look at him and say, "Do you have a nose? Do you have a nose?"
It kind of tilts its head a little bit, and its eyes kind of move around such that its horn is in the middle of it, in between its eyes and its mouth.
That
Oh,
doesn't count,
thank you.
Lorik.
That helps.
Can you smell out of that?
It just kind of squishes down to the ground, and its face returns to normal.
I don't
Right.
believe.
Do we know how many supplies he would have brought with him?
All we know is that he had his bag with him. I'm sure it had at least some rations, his gold, and whatever weapons and potions he had.
Well, his weapon, he doesn't have to carry with him.
Well, yes, but any additional things like a knife or something.
Knife.
Well, whether he's heading to the west or to the south, he would likely have to stop in town before too long to restock. Maybe we can catch up to him there.
Ooh, what's there?
I don't know yet. But there has to be some town on whichever path he would have to stop at first.
Didn't we stop by a town where there was like a tavern and we asked about bandits?
That was Ferrith to the north.
So it's north, not one of the options.
No.
Well, can't say I know much about that.
Well, he's traveling on his own. His resources will be taxed, which means he will likely have to stop more often than we would. Which hopefully means we could catch up to him at whichever
As if
town
you know
is.
First,
If
we
you
need to
know
know
where
where
he's
he's
going
going.
first. Yeah.
Vermilion, didn't you have a map
Do you
of the
think the
region?
Mercenary Guild has a tracker?
I raise an eyebrow. Map.
Yes, a map.
And I kind of give you the gesture to say go on.
If we have a map, then we can figure out if there's some place, which town is the closest, what direction it's in.
Oh, I see what you mean. Do I have a map? I
know someone has a map.
I thought it was
me.
Aquila.
I don't have a map.
Oh well.
I ask her if they have someone who specializes in tracking.
Darius had a map.
Damn it! He took it.
Fuck.
Tits.
They do.
What is their commission rate?
Depends on the job specifically.
Simply looking for a friend.
If it's just a hunt down, it's a flat of 20 with a 1 gold per day on top. Assuming that they have to take care of their own supplies.
Alright. I relay this information to the others.
We don't have to.
We need to know where he's going in order to catch up with him.
Which is why I suggested that we find a map. This is something I'm rather good at, if you didn't know.
So you can look at a map and know where he's going?
Not exactly, but I've been trained to.
Okay, I'll get you a map.
Thank you.
Darius tries to go find a map, if not steal it.
Yeah, I panic look for a map as well, and if I can't buy it, I will steal it.
Yeah, we roguishly look for maps.
Obviously, of course.
If I see a guy with a map, we mug him.
You managed to find a map for about 3 silver.
Alright.
Unless, of course, you choose to, as you say, use your roguish effort.
No, that would take more time. After 3 minutes, Darius pops up behind Lorik and says, "Map in your pocket."
Thank you.
By the way, I go ahead and as Lorik pulls out the map, I'm going to try to make a copy of it.
Let's see. Do we have a full? Here we are.
Would you like me to pull up the actual map?
I have it in important info.
Yes, but for everyone.
All right. That's fair. Yeah.
Alright, fantastic. It shall be done.
All right. So.
It has been done. I shall increase your vision radius, and then we should be good to go.
Was I able to make a, or yeah, given enough time, I assume I make a copy. If I can. Lord and Savior DM.
Of course.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down.
There you go.
All right. So. Whether he heads to the west or the south.
It's a relatively local map. I should probably do a little bit smaller than that.
So whether he heads to the west or to the south, the closest town that can work as a midway point for that route is Evolve to the southwest. I say that we attempt to make our way there, ask around if we can't find him, and then if he's not there, proceed down to Caro. Anyone have any objections?
Nope, you're the one trained with this.
You're smarter than me, so no.
Alright, time is of the essence here. We don't know what will happen if he has too much time.
Alright, move! Darius
Agreed.
begins pushing everybody. And
I hope we're not too late already.
unless something happens in the road, he does ask Lorik to explain what he knows that we don't, because, you know,
Hold
keeping
on.
secrets evidently has not helped anybody.
Go ahead and do your talking.
That night, while I was against the door, I had a vision similar to the one that he described. That's why I'm so convinced that it has to be some sort of attempt to drive us apart, all of us. Oh, why this Nidhogg is so interested in this, but it obviously has some intent with Darius.
Careful there.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be trying so hard to drive all of us apart.
We kill God if need be.
I think that might be what it's afraid of.
We did talk about the possibility of doing so with hate at one point.
Speaking of hate, decides to head back to the our Hectorum area, to their stronghold.
Did you mention
I
that to
suppose I can't
Darius?
entirely blame hate. Darius might show back up there.
As you make your way south, about say about 7 hours or so south of Sojupam, you find yourself coming to a rather large and imposing river, a good like 300 feet across, with rather, I won't say rapid torrents, but certainly a great deal of flow, such that it would be rather unlikely to be able to be crossed with like aside from at a crossing. As you make your way up the river, continuing along the road, eventually you get to a rather heavily guarded and fortified bridge crossing, which has towers on either side.
Perhaps the people here have heard something. Did come this way.
As you make your way towards the towers, a slightly, barely red-headed dwarf kind of peeks his head over the edge of one of the battlements and yells down, "Hello there!"
Oh there, we are trying to travel on the road west, hoping to catch up to a friend. Have you? Lorik then proceeds to ask him if he's seen a man matching Darius's description traveling along this path.
Nope, not at all. Not many people come over here right now, aside from the soldiers.
Can I tell if he's has like if he seems sus?
He's go ahead and roll it. You can roll it. I believe in you.
You shouldn't believe in me.
When the imposter
Yike.
Remember when he said he's rolling all 20s?
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Stop rolling the d4s.
Okay. In that case, I don't.
He's a
For some
fucking
reason,
dwarf. Like, who,
yeah.
how do you know?
In that case, I go ahead and I'm going to head on over to him and activate Panache, which is and at that level your charm becomes extraordinarily beguile as an
Press the
action.
button.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure you're aware. 15.
No. Press the panache button. Like,
Just no.
like,
Panache
It's in
is
the
a-
class
thing
features
is,
list.
show me what the thing is.
Oh. I see.
Isn't Panache just like initiative rolls?
Also,
There we go.
something other.
Okay.
You want to kill this guy?
No, he's not hostile to us, so I can charm him.
So how do you do it?
I basically just go up to him and I say, "Hey, mate, I see you're a strong-working dwarf. I have many friends like that myself.
And I was just wondering if you had seen a friend of mine, you know. I really care about him, and I know your kind can understand a very strong bond.
Well, of course, lad. Thank you for your kind words, but same's true as same's true. The only people, like, the only people that come through are some of the soldiers heading over to Evil to, keep the beasties back, and there's a couple, I don't know, their workers continuing the road down to Cairo, but other than that, like, we make it's our job to keep here. If somebody was coming through, we'd know it.
I nod my head and I say,
I appreciate your honesty.
and I give him a nod and I head on back to the group.
Of course. What's your name?
I stumble at that and I say, Vermilion.
Well, it's good to see you, Vermilion. I'm Serosh. If you ever find your way up to the capital, let me know. And then he kind of looks over his head for a second. He says, "Not that capital, the dwarf capital."
I nod my head and I say, I understand, yes. And I suddenly dawn upon me that I am not in my Kinku form, so he probably thinks I'm weird, but I don't really care because he was charmed. So I just go ahead and go back over to the group and I just say,
yeah, he's telling the truth.
Seems like it.
Alright, so that means the Savage Kingdom is probably out. So
he said his name is Squarch.
Sorsh.
Squarch?
I thought.
Sorsh.
Yeah, and if you ever find your way up to Raccoon, let him try to find them.
alright, so Lorik is just rubbing his head and trying to figure out, well, make sense of what the hell is actually happening. And
So it's not that way.
alright, my first instinct was incorrect. That means he's either headed to Horheim or attempting to lose us in Soju Pem somewhere.
You think he's back in Soju Pem?
He could very well be, but
Okay, he's smart.
I don't know where to find him in that city. And going through official channels could go poorly because they know that he was part of my caravan. Elves. This would have been so much less complicated.
Well, we always knew he was a complicated man.
Lorik was very pointedly looking at Struenhoff when he said that.
You had
Dire replies
information
anyways.
that we could have used to let him know that
That wasn't
his
something to say in
deity-
public. And I trusted you to not convince him to leave.
Oi, mate.
that was
And
not my intention.
I look over at Lorik and I say, infighting ain't gonna help us. Right now we got a problem.
We need to solve it, not squabble amongst ourselves.
You're right. Elves.
Besides, I know we'll find him. True friends don't remain distant for very long.
I very much hope you're right. Because I am worried for him on his own. He's vulnerable.
He's a big
He's
boy.
strong.
He can take care of himself.
Hey,
But
Richter, you
right
think...
now he has something whispering in his ear.
Yes, Dyer.
You think we can keep an eye out on the alleys? Do you think we can get them to help out?
I think we could turn over a stone or two.
Yeah, we can just put a couple gold on the table and tell them, hey, keep an eye out for.
Here's the beans is good for harvesting this year.
There, no,
I
that's-
see you're talking about the Agricultural Association.
I nod.
Well, can't say I really have any ideas. Darius isn't around.
I don't either, unless... I wouldn't put it past him to head all the way back to Korheim, but... I doubt anyone would make such a long trip without hiring some kind of caravan, or joining some kind of caravan, or... I don't know.
But he did have a dream where his friends got eviscerated.
I know, Dyer. I saw it too.
Ah, interesting. You could have told him that.
Again, not something to say in public.
We're not in public all the
Didn't
time.
he have
A friend back in Soju Pem.
I don't think he's gonna go to friends.
I shake my head and I say,
no,
"Our Hectorum."
a merchant friend, I thought.
Right, and he was only concerned about hurting us.
Not people.
Not that he would go there per se, but more so
For information.
Yeah,
Who are
let's go
his
to Hectorum.
contacts?
Lorik is trying desperately to remember if any names were given of contacts that Darius had.
There were.
Uh,
Do you mind making
can
me
I-
history?
I was about to ask if that would be usable. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Are you fucking
None
kidding me?
comes to mind.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's flipping back through his journal, doesn't find anything, can't really bring anything to mind himself. The one time this would have actually been useful.
Let's head back to the Hectorum.
Or at least back to Sojipan first, see if we can find anything out there. Gods.
Is it on the way?
Soju is on the way to Hectorum, yes.
Okay, good. I'm bad with directions.
And if your initial efforts don't turn anything up, we can continue with the delivery, as... I don't even know what we should do at this point. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm normally calmer than this.
Not always. He'd pass you on the chest.
"Hmm."
Yeah, Darius' smiles are still, kind of bitter, but he's keeping it up. He says, "Look, we'll get the caravan. We get it back to Hectorum. Might as well. He's a big man. If anything, we'll miss him. And we know for sure he's not weak enough to, not
One
make-
dream was enough to convince him that he was a danger to all of us. What do you think would happen if that thing kept whispering in his mind for weeks to come?
I don't think
Thanks.
he would ever. No.
I mean, but being with
He
us
shouldn't
is-
be on his own right now.
He needs our help. Yes. We'll fight.
What
him.
if you shout at us while we go to Sojipan?
I understand. I'm sorry. I am.
Your friends in
It's
danger.
fine.
We understand.
Hop on the caravan. Let's go.
Alright, back to Sojipan.
You guys spend another better bit of a day making your way back, taking a single camp. Now it is the 25th, and you arrive in Sojupem midday.
Look around for Darius.
It's still Dark Sun, right?
It is still dark sun, yes.
Okay.
It is the
Cool.
25th. It is halfway through the month and a religious day, in fact.
Like it's their version of Sunday, or it's a
It's
holiday?
Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Bonus 0.1 XP to anybody who remembers what it's called.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Ah, no, shame.
I don't either.
Nobody remembers Ferric.
Sorry.
Trying to look for something.
I was more so remembering the Kenku holiday, but that's neither here nor there. Point is that when we head to Soju, I go ahead and I try to ask around, see if I can turn over any stones or know of anybody that knows any of Darius's contacts. I want to know basically if he had any like less than reputable suppliers or customers that he might have interacted with.
How would you like to go about doing that?
Do I know where any sort of like where any sort of underground business might be taking place in Soju?
You know where your specific contacts are.
Okay, in that case, I'll go ahead and ask them.
Okay. The general gist of what you get is no. One person has a particular remark on how he's a bastard and how they don't know how he does so well considering he doesn't even cheat. But otherwise, you get no significant intel.
I return to the group and I just shake my head and I say, none of my people had any info.
Hmm. Wait, is your people the same as my people?
I shrug and I say, I don't know.
You know the guy with the curly hair? No.
I say, define
Well,
curly.
It's like very curly, like one that goes all the way down the butt crack.
Tiefling?
Yeah.
I know him.
Oh. Hmm. My people are mainly in Hectorum. They're not here. I look at Lorig and see how he's faring. Oh, he's not faring at all.
Apparently,
He's
Uh,
dead.
I go over to Strunhoff and I just say, I'm sorry he's giving you a rough time, but I want you to know, I don't think it was your fault, mate. Darius made this choice on his own.
That's fine.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
His mind is
Hello, back.
clearly clouded right now.
Yeah.
My point didn't get through him.
He misunderstood. Also, I'm going to go use the restroom.
Lorik is still just kind of brooding in the middle of the party.
Let's get the let's go to all Hectorum. It seems like this place is empty.
And your bean-loving friends haven't done anything yet.
Didn't find anything. Rifter said they didn't.
Shit.
people make their way past you as they head towards church. Among other people you see coming out of the mercenaries guild are some of the people who the fine people you interacted with a few weeks ago, who kind of make their way past you with the human kind of making a little bit of a jeer at Lorik as he passes.
But he just
Lorik
faced
very
through me.
pointedly ignores that jeer.
I walk up behind them, and I pull out I literally pull out the bread that dropped outside our door, that I have it on me. I'd be like, hey, drop this.
Probably stale as hell now.
I have it.
He has it.
He looks up at you, and he just kind of clicks his tongue for a second as he kind of takes a not fake bite, but the action as if he was taking a bite, very reminiscent of how he had been with his over-exaggerated bites in the past. And he shakes his head. No, I didn't.
I say, don't let me catch you dropping your food again. And I say, have a good one.
As you begin to leave, you see as he leans over and begins to say something to the dragonborn in the party.
Alright, I
So,
suppose we should.
what if we score the caravan?
I guess. I'm sorry, I'm a bit out of it right now.
Do we want to
end of the ship.
reconsider hiring the tracker?
You actually think
Maybe.
they'll find him?
It's a real possibility.
I'm saving my gold for people that I trust more to find them. They are no Hectorum. I'll try to get them.
Okay.
Alright, then.
If you trust them, I trust them.
Yeah. No, they're professionals. They're just good at their job. They're not my friends, in a sense. Also, yeah, let's get the caravan moving. We need the
Alright.
gold.
Let's see what we can do then.
We try to
Orc
find
starts-
the merchant thingy. Maybe Darius already got to it.
You
Maybe,
make
hold
your
on.
way out, and seeing as it is exactly the day that it is scheduled for, the man is waiting for you. As he sits there, Karen approaches with arms wide open. And hey, how are some of my favorite people doing? And he kind of has a little bit of a pained smile on his face.
It could have been better.
Always can it? Y'all good to go?
You could say that.
Yep.
Alright, fantastic. Bess is good to go. And he kind of pats the horse on the back. And he looks around. You guys got a new driver this time?
Yep.
Vermilion here is adept at that sort of thing, I believe.
Fantastic. Well,
I had to replace the guy that left.
that is 20 gold.
Alright.
I take out 20 gold and hand it to him.
Alright.
Wait, 20 gold for what again?
The supplies.
I gotcha. And we get paid over there. Sorry, it's a crazy week. No, I got my
I totally understand,
got my foot.
buddy.
Alright, here you go. I
Just one
hand
of
him
his
20
hands
gold.
on your shoulder.
I noticed that, and I give him 20 gold.
Godspeed. And he makes his way over and unloosens some of the bits on the horse. You're good to go.
Lorix is kind of rubbing his temples as his eyes are closed. But he's just kind of waiting for the rest of the party to do their thing at this point.
Everybody hop on.
Hmm.
Vermilion, you drive. You're a new guy. It's hazing.
Is Vermilion back yet?
He can't talk
Yes.
right now. He's making piss.
I was gonna say that.
There is
Okay.
one brain cell among us.
Vermilion loves driving. Okay, he hops on and we begin. Go. Don't ask why I can control him.
Is Vermilion back yet?
No, he's not. I moved him.
Alright, well, you guys are gonna be talking on your way back. Go ahead, be talking. Talk about stuff.
Not really. It's a bad time to talk.
I hope he's all right.
I think we all do.
And I hope we can find some trace of him back in all Hectorum. There aren't words to describe this, but so Dyer, what do you intend to do when we get back to all Hectorum?
I'm gonna ask my people to find Darius. If they can let me know if they find anything, I'm gonna turn this money in. And that's it.
Oh,
Good luck, sir.
I was more asking about you know who.
He's fine.
The other you know who.
He looks at you. Oh. She's fine. Looks away.
Dyer.
Again. We gotta focus on Darius. Listen to me.
I
Stop
know,
worrying
but
about.
you have your own difficulties.
We all have. I will try to talk to her next time I see her.
And when do you think that'll be?
Oh, not my problem. What's that?
Dyer.
Hey, I'm back.
Fantastic.
Hey, I moved you.
So why didn't you say anything the last time then? You had the perfect opportunity to.
I don't know. I'm scared. What do you think? Do you think I know how to deal with any of this?
I suppose not. You're right. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you can't wait.
Why not?
If you wait for the right moment, it may never come.
I see.
Rifter just interjects there and says, "You lose people when you least expect it. Best to put all your cards on the table first thing."
No secrets?
That's
He looks at
what
you.
I was.
No secrets.
Well, I guess our most secretive man is the one we're looking for right now. So checks out. Secret's not that great.
True that, mate.
Sure, do that.
It wasn't a matter of secret. It was a matter of being fragile.
We're all fragile.
But not all of us are actively being picked apart by some kind of whatever the hell that thing is.
Oh, I'm not diminishing his suffering. Dyer says, making very clear.
I know you're
I'm
not.
just saying.
Just
I'm just making stupid comments. Look, I'm very confused. I miss him already.
I know.
Chuckle. Can't believe I couldn't catch up to him. I was just gonna give him a miss in a bottle. You know, some piss to remember me by.
He was so fast, it's actually insane.
Maybe I should have loved this piss. No, can't wait. That's how you lose people. No, but then he would have gotten away faster.
doesn't matter what happened now. All that matters is that we find him.
On the second day on your way back, marking the beginning of the 28th, about halfway, maybe a little bit further past, you get a message from Hate, or more specifically, Rifter gets a sending from Hate.
I kind of, I don't like magic, and then I kind of like look at the party, and in Hate's voice, I go, "He's been here, but he's not here anymore. Barkeep says he didn't come by, but a purple tiefling arrived before his stuff disappeared. Good hunting."
Purple teeth.
Purple
We know he
tiefling.
can disguise himself.
Right.
I hate just kind of let him take theirs and stuff. Oh, that's great.
Amongst all of the different peoples and merchants that you guys had passed by, eventually one of you recalls having seen a purple tiefling wandering on their lonesome opposite the direction you are traveling now, about a day ago.
All right, You know what? You all should keep this safe. Bring it back to all Hectorum. I should try to bring Darius back.
Are you for real?
What would you suggest?
Send one person to deliver boxes to town and send the bulk of the people to find man.
All
Is
right,
that,
then who do we send
is
to all
that
Hectorum?
surprising? He looks at Rifter.
Rifter just kind of shrugs, not really having much of an opinion either way.
All right, then who do you suggest we leave back at all Hectorum?
I'll take it. Because I have to contact my people. And I'm being useless anyways.
All right, then.
You need to pick a lock. Till there's a guy. Points at Rifter.
And I kind of like embarrassingly rub the back of my neck. I say, "I'll listen to it for you."
All right, then. Dyer, I hope you know what you're doing.
Are you kidding me?
No.
He looks down and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, you're a smart laddie. You'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. You guys just turn around now before we get too far from Soju.
Agreed.
Well, actually, no, we're very far from Soju.
Lorik hops off the cart and starts power walking the other way.
You guys should go down. He points at everybody except himself. And yeah, so you guys make it go back to Soju. Dyer heads to Hectorum.
Alright.
Camera pans to you guys.
Where could he be heading then? Farith?
It's probable.
He's not making this easy.
Not
I
at
think
all.
that's the point.
I know, it just...
Do I remember? We saw a purple tiefling going in the opposite direction. Do I remember like what other than purple tiefling she looked like? Like, would I be able to discern her
Do
her out of a
mind
crowd?
giving me an insight check?
Sure. No, not ones this time.
You say that now.
Come on! This game's
Can I make
chaos.
an attempt or not?
He's a special Kenku man. He has
Oh,
the
fair.
ability to recall, and most of the time at least, recall things that
Yeah.
he didn't explicitly attempt to remember. And unfortunately, this is not one of those times.
Game sucks, not my fault.
Ooh.
True!
He is the sneaky man.
Where in the world is Darius San Diego?
Hold on, who was the person who said that? Was that Bran who said that, Hawk? He does not see me, I'm the sneaky man.
No, yeah, that's from some other video, but I zoomed into some random guy.
Oh, I see.
He does not see me. I'm a sneaky man.
Yeah, no, that's from Fritz. It's really,
Yeah.
you know.
I see.
All right then. So we don't have any time to lose.
No.
Of course not.
Then continue. What is your plan of action?
Heading back to Soju Pem for now.
You guys have control of shit. Yeah. You make your way back to Soju Pem and arrive.
Pog.
Pog. What is your course of action?
We should ask that guy at the gate who gave us the card if he's seen the purple tiefling, who is very obviously Darius.
Hold on. Let me clean up a little bit of this. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, ready.
Alright, it's a bit of a long shot, but have you seen a purple tiefling pass by? And no, this isn't the start of a joke.
He laughs. He says, "If it was, it would be a pretty good joke." He thinks back. Not for
Would
a
be about a
while
day
now,
ago.
maybe a week ago.
Week?
Did you see where
Okay.
they left?
Presumably back to Hectorum. That would match the timeline.
Yeah, just
Then he went the other
came
way.
through, said hey to the guards, pet the dogs on his way out.
I shake my head and or I nod my head and I say, "This is him."
Yes. So he didn't return to Soju Pem, so head to Ferrith then.
Oi.
That's the next stop.
Yes, we go there, yes.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. Bloop. What's the game plan, lads?
Onward to
I guess we just look for a purple tiefling in every fucking town that we go to. We just go to every town and we just say, "Where's my son?"
Alright, onward to Ferrith.
Look there,
Onwards
please. I'm
to-
trying to fucking work with the group here.
Huh?
Why is Dyer on the map?
Because he's heading back to
Oh,
Hectorum.
right.
He's
I
with
mean, no
us
heck.
spiritually.
So, Golden, what were you saying?
There you go.
Well, this is awkward.
It's all good. While we're on the road,
Nakla, do you have a question for the group?
I mean, but I missed some of JC's flavor text about the purple tiefling. Why do we know that's Darius?
Because he took Darius's stuff from Hectorum, and he was petting the dogs on the way out of
Okay.
Sojitam the first time.
wait, wasn't the tiefling?
Oh, it was in the message from him. Okay, I see.
Was the tiefling a girl?
Pretty sure no.
Let me double check
I don't
that.
think so.
Did not state
Oh,
either way.
purple tiefling. No,
Okay.
you're right. No, you're right. I don't know why in my brain I thought it was a girl. Like I
Because
thought.
horny.
Everyone's horny for tieflings at all times.
True. Okay.
Those
Yeah,
tieflings
yeah,
are horny.
We're. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Alright. Eventually, you make your way to Farath around the 31st.
Alright. Split up. Try to find him. If he's not here, then... I don't even know.
It'll be all right. We'll find him.
Hmm.
And then I go ahead and I get myself into character, and I say, "Right, I am Vermilion. Yes."
Hold on, is stuff not working? Hold on. Why is that not? It's supposed to be going through. There's walls that are not supposed to be. Fantastic. There we
Knock.
go. Much better. Now the
Oh,
walls are working properly. My fault.
The walls are caving in.
The walls, they're caving in.
Help!
Knock
I'm
on the
not
door.
going to die here.
Knock, knock, knock.
Oh, hey!
What?
I think I've seen someone who might match the description in the tavern.
I go ahead and I walk over to the tavern. I don't reveal myself, but I do like peer over to see if I can see who he's talking about.
Lorik doesn't enter, but he stays by the door.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What do you see,
I
Laura?
said Lorik doesn't enter, but he tries to stay by the door.
Ah,
What do you see, Lorik?
I think I found our man.
Don't look in there just yet. I'm going to look with magic.
As Shunhoff pans through the city using his arcane eye, you are able to reasonably determine that there are no other tieflings even in the town. Let alone any that are
About the
pink.
one in there.
Yeah, aside
Or
from
purple.
the ones in there.
Can I get a closer look?
You can certainly peer in, yes. There you go. You move your arcane eye in, and you get a better look at the situation in which there is a group of people having a good time conversing with each other as they enjoy their beverages of choice with a rather well-armored barkeep tending them.
I kind of like do a 360-degree inspection of the two tieflings, and I start describing them to Lorik.
Nork, you get
Are either of them wearing a silver pendant?
Verdict says. All Are any of them wearing a silver pendant?
Hold on. Yes.
I tell Lorik that there is one indeed wearing a silver pendant.
One.
Which one is it?
It is the southern of the two. Y'all.
Figured as much. I just go ahead and I recommend, if you need to, I can, peer over and bop them.
We should think about this a bit more before doing that.
Agreed.
I can track him for another several hours just using this eye, if we want to do that instead.
Unless, Vermillion, can you assume another appearance and
I shrug and
make
I say,
conversation?
I shrug and I say, don't see why not, and I attempt to assume another form.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me your con.
Okay. Here goes nothing.
Hell yeah. You are
Hell
able
yeah.
to properly assume the form that you wish. No nat ones that time.
Hell yeah.
Go
Big
ahead and
nut.
tell
What? Give me a
Lorik
brief
to
description
wait.
of your form.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume the form of a you know what? I'll assume the form of a tiefling, but instead this time red. I have a scar on one of my eyes, and I look pretty rugged and mean.
Hold on. Okay. It's not quite the right thing, but it'll do for now. I'm sure you can send me a picture if the situation changes.
I'm probably not gonna use this form again, but yeah, it's all good.
It's okay.
I thought you were going to give him Rack's portrait.
It is.
I think that might be a girl.
It is,
but
it's a red. It's the red teeth thing I had on.
okay, sure. I'll just assume I'm a girl. I'm a girl now. Yeah. I need you guys to go by. I go by she, her pronouns. Yeah. We respect the fact that gender is not real in this society.
We really do live in a society.
As I reveal, I look around, I look down at my butt, and I look at my boobs, and I'm just like, oh, this is different. And
Stay focused.
I kind of give you like a, yeah, I'm always focused, and I just say, don't worry, love, I got this right-handed. And then I think about it, and I say, no, that doesn't work. And then I think for a moment, think about which voice I want, and I clear my throat, and I just go, hey, sugar. And I have now a southern drawl.
By all God.
And I go ahead and I walk on in.
What have I unleashed on this world?
Truly incredible.
It's alright, even if he somehow manages to fuck up, he's not getting away from us a second time.
I go ahead and I just sit next to the southern one, and I ask for a drink from the barkeep.
Of course. What would you like?
Could I have a Bloody Mary, please?
The large metal encased creature nods its head and leans down with a blue wispy hand, grabs some different materials, making it the drink you have prescribed.
I go ahead and I look over at the person that I'm sitting next to, and I just say, I'm new round here. What might that be?
They kind of just look over at you with a little bit of a glare and resume their conversation with the other tiefling.
Rude. I go ahead and I try to overhear what they're talking about.
Tiefling things? Question mark?
Tiefling thing?
So how are your horns doing? You know, they're growing, they're certainly growing. Yep, that's what they're doing.
Okay. I guess that's what tieflings talk about.
Hey Dyer, what did tieflings talk about?
Does Dyer even know?
Can I make an insight check
Yeah,
to see?
Tilger,
Oh, you know what?
and also just yeah, that dominates a lot of conversations.
Actually,
yeah, well, my horns grow faster.
I didn't suddenly realize how I can interject myself into this kind of conversation. And I go ahead and I point at the silver pen and I say, "Oh, where did you get something like that?"
It's from a long time ago.
And I raise an eyebrow at that and I say, "What do you mean?"
Just sorry, do I know you?
Maybe. You seem a bit familiar. Where you from, sugar?
They take a moment and ask. I have a pretty good memory. I'm sure that if I knew you, I'd know. But if you really must know, I was up from Timberhaven before it all went south.
And what happened?
He actually completely turns around and looks at you with like specific eyes. Have you not heard? You know, there's like a plague going on.
Oh, I see. And uh I just go ahead and mind my drink, assuming that it's been ordered in. Uh and I just casually mention, I knew a friend once. We worked together to try to solve that kind of issue.
Shame you weren't there faster. And they return to their conversation.
I'm trying to figure. Did this guy steal this? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I want to know if this guy seems the kind to steal that kind of pendant.
You can roll for it if you want.
Cool. Because this conversation is not illuminating anything. Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Oh,
Was
there
not-
it is.
They certainly, they did not steal it. They completely have the air about it that it was theirs and it was given to them by a friend a while ago.
Okay. And I
You
say,
start to have a little bit of a suspicion, though, as you start to hear a little bit of a crack in a voice when they talk about, as you recall how they talked about their home. And when they said Timberhaven, it was a little bit different than the way that you remember Doppler saying it, but only slightly. It was almost exactly the way Doppler said it, with the same intonation and everything.
I grab my drink. I say, I need some fresh air, and I head on out of the establishment, and I whisper to Lorik, "That boy sus."
It's
Do
definitely
you think he's
him. I
serious
say.
or?
I nod my head and I say, "It's a good deception, but it ain't perfect. Some things don't quite add up."
When you looked at the pendant, did it have an amber in it?
Does it?
It was closed.
Oh. Ah,
I kind of shrug, like, couldn't tell you.
all right then. So we still don't know for sure if it is him. But
And
this is the best lead we have.
I just go ahead and say, I'm hunching that this is him. Something about all this don't add up much to me.
So what do we want to do?
Nab him.
Perhaps I should
That should
try and
be
flush him out. All of you stay out here, and he tries to run. Try to stop the door.
I nod, and in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and is there like a top part of this establishment? Is there like
This bar is a 1-floor structure.
Oh, okay. So could I climb up it? Could I
You
scale it?
absolutely could. Give me a quick acrobatics.
Cool.
Is
Imagine
he
not
in
being a
bed?
thief rogue for that climb speed.
Yep, you managed to climb your way up.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get on top of this thing, and if I see, I'm gonna manage all of the exits, and if I see the specific purple tiefling come out, I'm just gonna jump him.
Sounds reasonable. What's everybody else's plan?
I'm waiting for my icon.
You have your icon.
No, my icon.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
it's in
have
there.
your icon.
I do not have vision of it.
Oh,
Oh
Yikes.
my god, you're a coward.
Yike. Alright. When everyone else is good and ready, Lorik is going to walk in and sit at the bar.
What about now?
Yeah.
As you take your steps in, the 3 people at the bottom begin to make their way out. Ugh.
Hearing this, I'm going to round the
Say,
corner of the building.
I trouble you all for a moment.
And the one on the top says, "Why?"
I'm looking for a friend. We didn't leave on the best of terms, and I was hoping to apologize.
While this is going on, I'm carefully watching the facial expressions of the one on the south that is now on the northwest side.
The target for which you specifically are.
Yep.
The only thing that's particularly noticeable about them is that they're a little bit rummaging through a bag, but nothing else. The other one's just like, "Look, I'm sorry, best of luck. I hope you end up finding them, but we're busy and it's not our problem. I'm sorry. Can we move on?" And they start to make their way.
I don't suppose you've seen him. He's... Laura kind of struggles to give a description that... Okay, never mind, they're leaving.
Do you do something?
Um,
It seems like you're doing something.
Lorik wants to say something, but not in public with everyone like this.
Three of
Well,
them make their way out.
yeah, as that last one leaves, I go ahead and I just jump on him.
Oh, well, give me a athletics, I guess.
Athletics, all right.
Actually,
Would that not be acrobatics? Because I'm like jumping on him like Batman.
hold on. There's got to be one that's proper. Hold on. Yes, animal handling.
True.
Give me a stealth.
Give me a stealth. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you're okay with it.
Oh, well, wrong one. There we go.
Alright, as you immediately jump down onto him, you think you have a really good drop on him, and as you start to wrap your hands around their shoulders, and you continue to pull, they are no longer there, and your hand pulls through, and you kind of bonk yourself a little bit in the face with your hand as they disappear.
The fuck?
I'm going to step
Upon
around.
hearing him
Oh,
say,
shut up! Shut
I
up!
turn around.
Shut up! I'm going to step around the corner and use see invisibility.
He's not invisible. He's not on this plane.
See, invisibility goes to the ethereal plane.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Fantastic.
What do I see?
You see as they are moving away.
And I start pursuing after them. And I say he's moving. I start.
I
running.
follow. I follow.
I try to follow to the best of Sternhoff's instructions.
I just follow Struenhof because he seems like he knows stuff.
He's pretty big brain.
They make their way through the, I won't say bustling city streets. There's only 4 buildings, but they begin to make their way north up past the jail up towards the more forested area. They like, even though you have been watching them, they do disappear for a moment. Junoff?
I tell Lorik
You
to
hear inside a voice which Vermilion, Rifter, you recognize as very much having been a voice that has bad memories with you. Hey, you! You're not allowed here!
I try and get my arcane eye inside the building.
You manage to do so. The door is unlocked, and you are able to move through it anyway.
What is this character that I see in here with him?
There is a mechanical construct made almost entirely out of bronze, with rather heavily well-designed armaments, very clearly designed, if not for outright battle combat, at least for survivability.
I turn to Rifter and I say, "What's the matter?"
I shake my head and say, "Nothing. I'm being stupid. We got a friend in danger."
Okay.
All right, I'm
Lorik,
going in.
Open the door.
Lorik does so with great gusto.
And I'm going to.
It yells out, "Threat assessment, leave immediately," as it faces Lorik and it says that at you. Authorization not permitted.
Oh, you're gone.
And
Alright.
I message them he's leaving as I round the corner of the other building.
I suppose it's not necessary for me to be in here anyway.
I activate my invisibility cloak and I sneak past it.
You'll keep up this cat and mouse game, but eventually you manage to pursue him for more than the 1 minute. At which point it does.
1 minute.
Hold on.
Blink. It's 1 minute.
Yeah.
Never mind. I just realized it doesn't leap to the other
You
side.
manage to pursue him for the full 1 minute as you make your way through the general areas, darting in and out around the northerly forest and some of the cliff sides.
So now we all see him.
Yes. And at this point, he is simply running.
Darius, please.
Do we keep up the chase?
I keep up the chase.
Yes.
If so,
So they are currently running away from you in a forest. At this point, they are not blinking around in and out of existence.
okay. Can I catch up to him? I do have a
Absolutely.
I have a base movement speed of 45. I think I
And
should
you
be able.
have 2 dashes.
Yeah. So I when I run after him, I'm gonna bonk him on the head as hard as I can with my thingy with the bunt of my dagger.
Roll me an attack roll.
Okay. 26.
Alright. Is that your zap stick or is that your dagger?
That is my dagger, but I'm using non-lethal. I'm.
Okay.
That's the back of it.
Roll me d4.
Oh, do I not get to assassinate? Oh shit, that was kind of part of the plan. Oh no.
Yeah, assassinate is specifically lethal.
Oh, is it really?
Well, it's assassinate.
I know.
Yeah, it's
That-
not like
that doesn't
You
bear.
don't get to
explicitly,
non-lethally
though,
assassinate
but-
someone.
Plus, they're also not. They're also not surprised.
I guess, yeah, fair
True.
enough. Okay.
You've kind of been chasing them for like more than a minute.
4.
You give them a bonk and they kind of recoil for a moment and put their hand on their head as they continue running.
Lorik is
Okay.
going to use his boon of passage to try and keep up,
How does
taking the
that work?
2d6 damage. I can cast Misty
Oh,
Step, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
take
yeah,
2d6 damage.
Yeah. You managed to
Oh.
Misty Step. You're about 20 feet away right now. We're just gonna move everybody down. Shunoff, your eye has been able to keep up relatively effectively.
Yeah, I hope so.
I just say, oh, fuck this, and I go ahead and I pull out some rope, and I go ahead and I wrap it around his legs. I tie a knot.
How?
What do you mean?
I
With
mean,
his
he's
hands.
still running.
Yeah, I know. I catch up to him, fucking put a rope around his legs, trip him, tie the knot.
I was actually going to try and use command and ask him, wait.
Both of you do your things.
I
for...
need a wisdom save from
Hold on.
our mystery man.
Rifter, can you make me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage?
Ah, dicks.
Alright,
Hey,
well,
that's pretty good.
fuck everything.
Hey,
You tangle him up.
Okay, cool. I go ahead and I tie the knot, and then I hold him down. I say, "We're your friends, mate."
Darius.
Hold on. Broke. Actually caring about your friends. Woke. Sick ass use object, though.
In the back of my mind, I can sense Dyer would be proud of me somehow.
Darius, please, we're not going to abandon you.
Let me go.
You should have seen this coming.
You described that dream when one happened. I think I may have had the same one later that night.
I know I shared it with you so you might understand why I needed to leave. I hoped that maybe if you had experienced it, you'd understand, but clear to me that you don't.
Darius, we are worried for you. We're worried that whatever it was that gave you that dream is trying to tear you away from the people you care about. Please have some faith in us.
We have to at least talk this out, mate. I've
I'm
lost. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna let something like that happen again.
I don't intend to let it happen either.
No, you don't.
No, Darius, you've been telling me for so long that Look, I may not know what it was like. I may not know exactly what you went through, but I at least care enough to try and help you.
So did they.
I look at Lorik in confusion when he says that. They.
And tears start to stream down his eyes. I used to be a father, you know.
Ah, piss. And I look to Lorik for answers at this. I'm a bit speechless, but I
Lork
don't.
doesn't know exactly what happened either, but
Akla and Shunahoff managed to catch up.
Listen, I don't know what happened, but I've lost too many people in my life by not taking action to not do something here.
I won't let history repeat itself. Let me leave.
It won't.
and I can't let history repeat itself either.
I don't know much about much.
But what I do know, mate, is that you're your own worst enemy here. Together we're strong. Divided, laddie, we're weak.
I don't.
Even with the grim reality of the situation, though I don't know, you seem to be pretty fucking worried about losing control.
It is preferable to have skilled combatants there to stop it. And in that regard, you can trust me.
Not that I would lose control, just that I don't know if I've had control to start.
You have. Have faith.
I'm not worried that I'll be able to fight you all off. I'm worried to what I might lead you to. The same thing I led them to.
And-
They didn't. They made the choice to believe in you. The same way I make the choice to believe in you.
You clearly set him off when you said they chose to believe in you.
Oh, well, shit.
Lorik pries Rifter away from Darius. Not the time for that. Look. Darius, I don't think there are the right words for this kind of situation. We were only able to find you because of Brendan.
He sort of clutches at his chest.
At least proves to some extent that you do care. And damn it, I'm not losing anyone else. If you are worried about leading us to ruin, then let me lead.
That doesn't change anything, Lorik. That doesn't.
Then what would? And don't you dare say leaving.
Then I have no answer for you.
Alright, then
I can't let it happen again. The worst part is, I can't muster an ounce of sympathy for what I did. A shred of love.
All right, then. Darius, the answer isn't leaving. The answer is working together. Find the answer. I know that doesn't exactly sound like it makes much sense, but I hope you get my meaning.
We helped Rifter. We're ready to help you too.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I need to go. You need to let me leave.
No!
Why? Why do you care so much? Why are you so adamant to throw your own lives away?
We do it every day for the dungeon.
You're our friend, mate.
I only became who I am today because I had someone willing to risk everything to help me be better. I owe it to him to do the same for someone else.
The short end of it is, bruh, we care about you. You're a friend. We risk life and live together every day.
Darius, I am not going to leave you.
Why do you have to make this so hard?
I could ask the same of you.
Won't stop looking. There's no point in running.
He's got that right.
I'm sorry. He starts summoning his lance.
Ah, piss.
Darius, you have to trust us.
For the record, I don't
Once his
know.
lance is summoned, he points it at himself and starts to fall on his own weight.
Oh, fuck.
Lork is going to grapple Darius immediately.
Go ahead and go for it.
Yeah, he's just going to fucking tackle him.
I'd grab for the lance.
Darius, it's up to you.
He's trying to kill himself, so
Yeah.
And
I don't know if
grab
that's
for
an
the
just to
athletics.
grapple.
Because he's grappling you to stop
okay.
you from doing that.
So do I just roll contested athletics?
Yep. Your acrobatics or athletics yourself. He manages to grab you and just kind of flings you onto the ground on the other direction.
Am I able to grab the lance?
You are.
The second you grab it, it vanishes into nothingness.
Well, it's better than being in your hand, so.
I go ahead and tie your hands.
Darius. A way out isn't necessarily the way out here.
He's just looking at the ground and not speaking anymore.
My people have defied the gods once. We can do it again. Nidhogg doesn't determine who you are.
Still silence, just staring at the ground.
We ain't gonna let you fight this on your own, mate. We do this together. And whether you like it or not, that is my choice. Now, do we have a plan of action? I look over to Lork for some sort of guidance because Rifter's talking big shit, but low key out of his element. He's used to
Lork
having somebody to
kind of
stab.
shrugs.
Hey, so you're probably wondering how we got into this situation.
Yeah.
But Lork does say, I do have, while the words aren't this exactly, sentiment is there. You have a duty to overcome Nidhogg and to prevent his curse from befalling anyone else. If I let you take the easy way out right now, I would be failing in keeping everyone to their duty. You are my responsibility.
He's very silent for a long period of time, and then just a very quiet while still staring at the ground. And then nothing more.
Nothing came through.
Thank you. Like very quiet under his breath.
Alright, if I let you up now, do you promise not to try to fall on your lance again?
He slowly nods.
Wait, I say. Can I try and determine if he's like magically possessed?
You sir, do you have a spell like a detect good and evil or anything?
Wait a minute.
I was kind of just like looking for a Arcana check.
I have a spell for that. Protection from evil and good.
Alright.
Look. It's any extra security, I will...
Sorry. Go ahead.
If it's any consolation, I can try to offer some temporary...
Do what you will.
He casts protection from evil and good on Darius.
Basically, nothing happens.
Alright. It probably won't do anything, but... Alright. Let's head back to Hectorum. Dyer took the shipment the rest of the way. And we have a deadline to meet on the 40th, after all. And he kind of helps Darius up and dusts him off a bit, and then nods at him.
He very, very lightly nods back.
Alright.
No
Now,
more tiefling woman also.
Hey, quick
What did it say?
question.
Oh.
I'll go back through and look at the VOD if I have to, but does anybody remember what day I said it was when you arrived here?
31st.
Are you sure that's not when you guys stayed in Soj? Yeah, no, I just didn't update the tag. You're probably right, because that was like on the 25th.
You did say 31st.
As we begin to walk, I kind of pat Lorik on the back, and I just say,
We'll make a wordsmith out of you yet.
and I repeat what he said. You're my responsibility.
As you begin to make your way back, you find near the town the group of people along with which one of the women alongside him point and say, "Yep, that's them." The large
I was just
construct
about to say
takes a
something
single
cool,
step
too.
forward and says, "Identify yourself."
Lorik Delmarev, Paladin Centaur. The tiefling is in my custody.
The creature turns around and says to the two other people, "Were you aware of this?" And they both respond negative. They look up, and he looks at Ekala. "Move to the side, please." And he takes a step forward and kind of investigates his attire. Noted. And moves away.
As he comes up, the Darius in tiefling form spits at both of their feet.
I flick off the two girls and I kind of make the
as they're making their way away, they're like, "Man, and I liked him. Yeah, me too. Shame." And they make their way over.
I just flick them off. I shout at them, "Fucking snitches!"
Sorry for tearing you away from your company there. I imagine they were pleasant.
It was rather boring, all things considered.
I would ask who your friends are, but it seems they are no longer friends.
They ain't loyal like us.
Oh, they were probably just horny.
And he didn't even have to use wine to do it.
I don't think he ever did with you.
Lorik immediately starts on the way back to Hectorum.
As they're all leaving, I put my hand on Darius's shoulder. We've all lost people, I think. I'm glad that I don't have to add your name to the list.
It's your consolation.
Excuse me?
I appreciate your consolation, but it might have been for the better.
You all successfully make your way out of town without further incident. Back to traveling along the road, unless you have something in mind.
I only say two things before we go. I just tell Darius, glad to see you have your wits still about you. Still funny and all. But I look forward to proving you wrong.
If you could do that, Rifter.
I've been known to surprise people. I kind of just give him a smirk, and I continue along the way.
You successfully make your way a little bit out of town to the location at which you would be making your first nightfall. You are setting up camp, as it were.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Did we untie Darius at any point?
If anyone would have, it would have been you, because you're probably the only one who knows how to untie the Nazi tide.
I did untie his leggings because I don't want you to his leg ropes, not leggings. I don't want you to have to carry him the whole way. But I assume like as we leave Soju, I just cut his ropes or whatever. I just say, don't make me regret this.
He sort of rubs his wrists a little bit. Starting to chafe, thank you.
Yes, I'm aware. Shit sucks.
Thank you, Darius, for trusting us.
I'll try to continue trusting myself. I've always trusted you all, but that was never in question. But I understand that by trusting you, I must trust myself.
And until then, we'll just have to keep watch for you until you can trust yourself.
Perhaps one day.
Maybe one day.
I go ahead and I look over to Strunhoff and I say, That was some quick thinking there, by the way. With the whole, and I point at my eyes and I go, ooh.
He said piss break.
Ah, okay.
He's making
I say this to him,
You know what?
realize he's
Same.
gone, and think I'm delusional. Suddenly, my meager form shrivels up.
all of a sudden Rifter can like just completely conforms to the shape of a very small box as he shrivels into a 1 foot by 1 foot cube.
True. Also, I exit my tiefling form. I no longer wish to be girl. I wish to have peen. I will assume my Nox form. Or whatever. Whatever's most convenient for you.
I mean,
Well, I see we're back to
Rifter's
shitposting in chat as
form is
usual.
Probably the most convenient.
Okay. As long as we're in public, I don't go back to Rifter, but
Well, you're
if
certainly not in public.
okay, yeah. So in that case, yeah, I'm Birdman again, and I oh wait, Tyler's not here. Never mind.
You go caca, and all of a sudden you will be gaining strength every turn that goes by.
In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and take the time to work with my poisoner's kit.
So,
What
Rifter, I know.
specifically would you- No,
Oh,
go
no.
ahead. Go ahead.
I noticed you froze up a bit outside the jail there. Is that where you and Zell were?
Yeah. Brings back memories. And I just kind of rub the back of my head thinking about my friend. I also just realized that my poisoner's kit gives me advantage on crafting poisons. It actually doesn't let me craft them, so unlucky. But yeah, I just go ahead and I just
I
go.
won't pry.
I in its voice, I just say, "Get back, bird." I kind of shrug.
I can understand your reservations there.
Also, since Golden's back, I mentioned to Struenhoff that I thought it was cool that he was super quick on the trigger with figuring out that Darius had gone to that plane thing. He had done invisibility shit.
I just shrug and I say he did it in the fight against the lizards.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that. Good shit, mate.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, big brain and all. And I go ahead and I slightly knock on your head.
I die from 1d4 knocking damage.
Local man fucking dies.
I hope Darius been doing all right in this time.
Schoonhoff when he gets hit with the back of a dagger. I can't. I'm too weak. Schoonhoff when he sees anything that has vulnerability to lightning damage. Unlimited power.
No, I'm being repressed.
Oh boy.
I also add in. So, do you have anything that could help our friend's affliction? You know, with dreams.
I just ponder for a moment and say, someone at the Mage's Guild might have a clue.
I think that ought to be for the best. I don't like the idea of him being trapped in his own skin.
Likewise. Are we in town now?
No, you're all
Not
just
yet.
camping out.
I'm just gonna go to sleep. That way we can get back to town then.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Lorik
go
is going to
through
take first watch.
the real,
Fast travel.
The real life time skip.
Oh, there we are.
Anyone else have anything?
Yeah, Lork is going to keep at least one eye on Darius to make sure he doesn't run away.
Also, just in case you guys don't remember, and since they're not here, Akela said that they have something to help with restfulness.
Oh, cool.
If you recall her making that statement.
Yo, somebody's got pot.
I also keep an ear out.
Okay, if she wants to retcon that she helps us with that, then I will retcon that with her.
Yeah, shame Arabella's not here, by the way. I'm sure that
Yeah,
she'd
true.
help with it.
Yeah, she could give Darius the Kaweed to chill out.
The marijuana.
Cool, weeaboo.
I
True.
also keep an ear out before eventually drifting off.
Sounds reasonable to me. You all managed to... Do you stop in Soju Pem particularly much, or do you pretty much just make your way back?
No reason to stop back in Soju Pem. Unless someone wants to try and get tickets for the play.
Please. I feel like dealing with it one Vitron is nothing. With one Vitron is, you know, trouble enough.
Darius, did you still want to potentially see the play and learn anything about it?
It did pique my interest, but we couldn't always go a day closer.
Well, if we get our tickets now, then we can head off after the merchant arrives on the 40th. Still not sure if I believe that entirely.
So what are we getting tickets for?
A play
Hey.
supposedly that one of my ancestors wrote.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know not which side it's from, but
Vermilion, do you mind heading into town and seeing if you can get any tickets? I believe that the guards there said that they would be open for purchase on the 30th. And that's
Rightio,
currently gone.
boss.
Here, take a few more. Lork hands him an extra 5 gold just in case.
I give you the 5 gold back, and I say, "I'm rich, mate." And I
All right.
I just go ahead and I slap your wrist. I say, "No, you will not give me your money. I am not a beggar on the side of the street. You basically are." And I also
Lork
go
kind of glares at Richter for a moment before wondering where the hell he got that line from.
and I point to myself and I say, "I was like that once." And then I also go ahead and I ask, "Yes, but I am curious. What is it about? Yes."
Something about dragons, I believe. It's called the... What was it? The Boy of Blue Mountain or something like that?
In a show of complete non-class while picking my nose, I just go on they tits in it.
Hell if I know.
Go on they dick in it.
Again, Rifter, hell if I know.
Shine. And I go ahead and I flick a burger away out.
Probably
into the
not that sort of play.
I go ahead and I go into town to get the fucking tickets.
How many would you be getting at a rate of pretty much a silver each?
No, only a silver each?
Excuse me, a gold each.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, these are some cheap tickets. I get some Darius Lorik. Do I know if Darius Lorik Aquila? If not, I'll just take her ticket. And then do I know if Dyer? Oh well, Dyer isn't there. Never mind.
They are name agnostic. They are simply they are.
Oh, they're just vague tickets. In that case, I'll grab 5. If yeah, I'll just grab 5, and if somebody doesn't want to go, I'll just fucking take their place.
Sounds good.
I give them the 5 gold. Parsley. I hate parting with my money for something I don't value so much. I go ahead and head back over to the camp. I pull out 5 tickets and I say, "I got the goods."
Thank you. Alright, I suppose now we can make our way back to Hectorum.
The one for which you guys got is for a range of showings between the 49th and the like 10th of the next month.
Of Young Seed?
Yes.
Alright, that gives us plenty of time, actually. Alright, no reason to dally around here. Let's make our way back to Hectorum. Maybe we can finally get some rest.
Easily.
Hmm?
Just a joke. Just a joke.
And
Alright.
for that, you make your way back to our Hectorum and arrive on the 37th. Hold on, let me double check. 38th.
So, the moment the party gets back to Hectorum, even before dropping stuff off at the house, Lorik makes a beeline for the blacksmith.
Oh, I did the same thing. I did
Let's
the same
switch
thing.
over to town.
Yeah.
Let's
Loading in.
Can I have Snake Man back?
yes, you may. I see how it is. Begone, foul purple creature.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
You're
Alright, I'll catch up with all of you
I need to
before
switch to town then.
Yes,
I'm
you do.
stupid.
You need to stop saying that, especially when it's so untrue.
Okay then.
Pretty stupid for thinking that, Luther.
You're pretty stupid
Stupid.
for saying that.
Yeah, Lorik is probably dashing
Maybe
all the way
we're
to the
all a
blacksmith
little
at this point.
stupid.
Speaking of, where's Ekla on the page? Am I
Is
still?
anyone else heading to the blacksmith or no?
I am at the blacksmith. You are slow.
Lorik be like, I not speed.
What time of day is it right now?
It is currently a little before noon.
I go into the Mages Guild and I ask the lady, do you have thing that
Oh.
do ailment good?
Huh?
Sorry, common, not first language. And I go ahead and I write down dreams, and I hand that to her. This?
Oh
If
yeah,
I-
sleep
hold
easy,
on.
sleep easy.
If I like send like Rifter a message through using the message cantrip, can he repeat it out loud?
Yes.
Yeah, because Lorik
Okay.
did the same thing with his tarot card ability.
As did Hate.
Can we go back like 10 seconds and have me tell him exactly what to say through message?
As you hear him begin to struggle with communicating the idea, you tell him the exact words of Rifter. What does he say?
I don't
I'll
say
tell
it
him. I'll tell him.
because she knows who I am.
Do you have anything for our friend? He's suffering from some dreams or nightmares, more like it.
Oh, he wouldn't say it because that would be in Sternhoff's voice.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't want to get... We used to date, so I don't want her to fucking be like, wait a minute.
And she's very much not a Rifter sympathizer.
Yeah,
It's for a friend who's having nightmares.
yeah.
Yes, sleep easy, sleep easy. 3 gold.
I dropped the 3 gold.
She hands you a medium-sized vial that should get you about 12 uses out of it.
I see. And I say, yes, this could use money.
Yes, thank you. What
Eh.
else? What else?
I walk out and I just say, no badger my coin. And I leave.
Yes, sleep easy. Goodbye.
I go ahead and I walk up to Darius. I basically shove it into his hands. I say, "You're taking this, mate."
Pardon?
And I make like a pantomime of drinking it. And I say, "You use this. You sleep easy."
Voice, and he points towards the the Mages Guild. Her voice. He puts in parentheses or in quotations.
I'm sorry. I think you cut out or something. I didn't quite hear that.
He says, "Was that?" And he in quotations, her voice.
No. I say, sleep easy, and I say, listen, mate, I don't want to use that.
While this
Thank
is all
you.
going on, me and Vorik are hounding the blacksmith.
As
I'm
you
terribly sorry I'm late. I
Make that the
otherwise
three of us.
occupied.
Of course. So to Thilcom. Of course, I held it for you.
Thank you. This means a lot to me.
He brings them out. They're mostly silver with a little bit of imbued, almost ruby-like material. It's not exactly crystalline, but it has a bright red sheen to it. And he helps you fit them on the first time, showing you how to go about them since they're a little bit complicated. And right now they just feel certainly clunky, and he says you'll get used to it.
Oh, what did he give me?
Hold on.
Or was that for Schoenhoff?
Am I mistaken? Hold on.
Because the thing I asked him to do was to enchant the cloak, which is why I haven't had it
I
this
see.
entire
Excuse
time.
me. I rewound myself back in time to the gauntlets.
Ah,
I am incorrect. It is still actually that works surprisingly well. It now has little bits of silver alongside its shining red sheen now. It is properly emblazoned with various different little ornaments of it, which as you kind of test and poke a hole in one, it over the course of a couple minutes begins to regrow and reform itself.
Ulrich would not poke a hole in the sea. And he would immediately hug it to his chest.
As you unintentionally poke a hole in it in your haste of putting it on your back.
He was just gonna hug it to his chest first.
Mm-hmm. Whatever works.
As you hug it to your chest, it unintentionally pokes a hole in it with your
Yeah.
hair
I
tendril thingies.
yeah.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works.
Yeah. Thank you. I've said it before. It means a lot to me.
Of course. Now, and he reaches over and he pulls out a brilliant, glistening, almost pure silver color. It's one of the most reflective things you've ever seen. It's not tarnished at all, and it's I wouldn't say small, but a very thin, about 6-inch tall, 3-inch wide plate with various different hooks in it, a small spike on the top, and various different indentations in the shape of a claw. And he sets it out upon the anvil in front of him. Well, lad, you ready?
Schoenhoff smiles for the first time in a long time as he frantically digs around in his backpack for the claw. Finally pulling it out.
What do you do with it?
I place it next to the necklace and say, "Have at it."
He looks at you and says, "It's your piece at this point. You might as well have the honors."
I kind of just but you're the one who made the necklace.
He begins to visibly frown. He's like, if you insist. And he grabs it and he places it on it. The silver begins to wrap around the tendrils and kind of grows up it as it compresses and it folds over on itself with various different clink, clink, clink. And it covers up until about maybe a third of each of the towns is kind of surrounded by Electrum, which kind of shifts and vibrates and I won't say squirms, but almost rolls a little bit like a wave alongside sending ripples throughout the entirety of the Electrum as it's almost liquidated. As it sits there and maintains its shape while it's moved around and he hands it to you.
Thank you. I say as I take it, it's beautiful.
I'm glad to have worked on it.
And
Good to see it.
as
Turned
I
out so
put it on, I look at him. I say, "Hey, that'll be a story to tell, huh?"
That'll. Now all that's left is some mithril, and I'll be good, and I'll be happy.
You got any scale mail?
Oh, Aquila, actually, Darius steps forward. I might have the solution to your problem. Smith, do you have the Sir, not Smith. Sir, do you have the half plate that I commissioned?
Aye, that I do.
Wonderful.
He says, just a moment. And he kind of starts to head towards the upstairs area. Kippo, I need access to it. Yeah. And you see as the halfling walks out with him carrying it in quite a struggle as he begins to make his way down the stairs with it in tow.
So much.
He places the components on the floor. Leave me alone for a little, buddy. And he makes his way back up.
Aquila, I've commissioned myself half plate, and that means I won't be needing the scale mail I currently wear if you would like it.
That would be amazing.
Yes, of course.
Do you want me to give you a couple gold or?
No, it's nothing. You're a friend of mine, and it's the least I could do for everything.
Thank you very much.
He takes off his shirt in the. He takes off his clothes. No, I'm just kidding.
We can change back at the house. Which is why I'm not selling my studded leather right now. Because, like, I'm kind of wearing it.
Also, I head over to the trinket shop and I look around for anything that might be of interest to me, such as
Actually,
okay.
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
Anything that helps me with stealth, anything that helps me deal damage, anything like that.
There's little that piques your interest.
Fuck. All right. Well, tits. I just head on back and I dick around with my friends.
Oh, I assume
you're on your way back to your location, you end up passing by Duchot, who ends up reminding you guys that, well, actually, never mind. He wouldn't know who you are. Carry on.
So I trust your business went well, Darius.
Aye.
Good to hear.
You think I should sell the studded leather to the blacksmith or the clothing?
I would
Unsure.
say, regarding studded leather, it would likely be benefiting more of the blacksmith, as the metal from the studding can be used for other deconstructions, and the leather can also be used to create new armors.
That's fair.
Where in the hell's this dyer anyway?
Wait.
I
I just
Place
realized.
this-
We'll get this part out of the way real quick. He, since he heard the conversation, he refuses on the topic on the purpose of honor. He says, "Look, give it a week. If it's still something you're interested in, we can go for it. Let's say," and he thinks over his head for a minute. "I'll give you 6 gold for it, but for right now, you should keep it. You should make sure you're good and all." You know what? No, it's barely been used. I'll give you a 10 for it. But for now, just wait it out. Make sure the new armor works fine and dandy. And then
All right.
it's yours. Man, I'm really starting to lose myself in these accents. I need to start practicing them some more, getting them more
Yeah.
distinct.
Relatable.
Practice makes perfect.
True.
Metal slug.
I'm just so glad to finally have this back. It's been far too long. And Lork finally slings the cloak over his shoulders.
He now has his new proper red shiny cloak on instead of his dusty old dark red cloak that had been merely serving as a temporary do. And you all managed to make your way to the Hectorum stronghold once again.
Yay.
Go there with DMs.
Yes.
Where the hell are our tokens? Oh, there they are in the house. I see. I
No,
see.
wait, no, everybody get out. Y'all are not
Everybody
in here. Get out.
Everybody get out. Except Hate. Hate stays.
Concern.
Lork is just gonna knock on the door like,
Oh, you hear ah, Mike, fuck. Okay, come, and you hear like
everything all right in there.
and just, and he opens the door and he's like, "Hey, you guys are back really early."
Are
he's
you
not opening the door. He's just
okay?
like peeking over.
I pull out my rapier and I'm like, "Where's it?"
No, everything's great. Everything's. He sees Darius.
Then can we come into our home?
Is Dyer naked?
No.
Okay.
No,
I suspected
but
something.
when he sees Darius, he lets out a sigh of relief. He pauses and he's like, "Come on in." But you
Thank
see
you.
some pots and pans, water on the floor, stuff.
The fuck did you do?
I cooked.
You cook?
Yeah.
Of course.
Me and Hate, she was talking about something about eating healthy and whatnot, and but we're trying things out. But hey, turned out pretty good. But I burned myself, and
Let
I'm
me take a
gone
look at
for
that.
just that long, and you already almost burned the house down.
he
Where's
shakes
the
his head.
burn?
He's smiling like an idiot, looking at Darius, and he says, "Oh, can't live without you. Come on, let's eat. Let's all eat." And yeah, the table's full of food because him and Hate have just been stress cooking this whole time. Poor Darius.
Hey, Darius.
As you guys turn the corner and you look over at Hate as she's lounging over on her bed, she just kind of gives you guys a salute as she's sitting back with a little bit of a blanket over her face.
Darius,
turns-
if we didn't have you, then there'd be nobody to save Dyer from himself.
You'd be there, I'm sure you. But and then he turns and he puts his hand out. Today's a good day to have poison resistance or poison immunity.
Hey, give me some
I can agree with you on
credit.
that, at least.
Hit Dyer on the arm. Where's your burn?
He shows his forearm, but then he pulls up his sleeve and it's just basically the entire arm.
Jesus.
All right.
He's like,
Well, let's work
Did you at
together on this.
least soak it in cold water after?
I mean, didn't want to burn the bread.
Dyer,
So
me
you're
your arm.
saying you didn't?
No, my arm.
This is where Hate yells out something about how, look, if he's going to be in pain because of his own actions, the least you could do is let him accept it.
No.
I
Okay.
drag
so
him
he...
into one of the bathrooms. I drag him.
Okay.
I'm going to follow.
No, you no. He points at Lorik. You go eat. And he,
No.
no, because he
There.
wants everybody to go eat. He wants everybody to sit at the table, man. It's like the family.
Burns
Alright, I
can get
will.
infected very easily.
How does this
How
every
about-
time just evolve into you guys just babies?
Babysitting.
Aquila, what say you take care of
I-
the wound and I take care of the infection?
I just
Well, it
go
might not be
eat.
infected yet, but
That's fair. Just better safe than sorry. It doesn't take too much out of me to do that.
I get some cold water from the basin and I'm like, stick your hand in this.
In the
Stick your
While that's
arm in the
happening?
basin.
while that's happening, he doesn't really like react to that. He's just like, how do you guys get? How did you guys get him to come back?
Tying him up and forcing him.
Well, I had to basically pin him to the ground for a bit, but he eventually relented.
I heavily doubt that's the only thing. But
You'll
It's
find
not,
them
but-
quite convincing.
you're not here. Shut up, Evan.
Am I not?
No,
You're in the
over
other room.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
There is
we're in
more
the
to the story,
bathroom.
but it's not
Oh.
mine to tell.
Bathroom with the boys. That's fine. I'm not gonna pretend that I could have helped. Oh man.
Put your hand in the bucket, Dyer.
Okay. Puts the hand in the bucket.
All right, and then you should do this for around 20 minutes a day. The cool water will help with the burn heal faster, and then we can make some poultices to help stave off infections and help the wound heal faster. Moisturizing it is extremely important as well.
This
Well,
is
if it's infection you're worried about, Lorik is going to spend 5 lay on hands points to cure disease.
okay. Alright, this is a lot of stuff going on. Can we go eat now?
Yes,
I suppose.
Yes!
we just have to keep an eye on that.
I'm watching you, Dyer.
Can't. Not along the side. But yeah,
you
he
can't
comes.
watch me
sits,
if I move around corners fast enough.
Exactly. He sits down. He and he brandishes. It's a lot of food, but it's not very elaborate. Like none of it is like actual important stuff. Mostly just stews, stuff that it's really hard to fuck up. And
Stews
it's
are
all very
tasty,
healthy
though.
looking. Because
How many
because
just
hate.
meats? Dyer?
Yeah. Wait. Actually, yeah, we were like, we gotta eat just meat, and we're gonna become like August, and we're gonna become round. So here's a bunch of meat, and he grabs a bunch of just. It's basically literally just roasted meat. There's nothing else happened to the meat. And just puts it on the table. Just
Gonk.
Interesting. He goes and he grabs like a handful of salt, staring Dyer in the face, and just starts sprinkling the salt over every piece of meat, just continually staring at him.
he's like, was I supposed to do that?
Yes.
Alright, I
Hmm.
It's
suppose I
alright. It's
should.
alright. It doesn't. It does matter,
I
but I'm
suppose.
gonna pretend like it doesn't.
I can agree with that.
All right.
Dyer, if you wanted to learn how to cook, I would have been more than happy to teach you some.
It's fine. It was less about the cooking and more about being busy.
could have stolen something.
Oh,
I
helpful over here.
tried.
Well,
Alright.
if you've been living alone for so long before this and not know at least how to make stew.
So, when you can't cook stew, just find it.
Also not exactly alone, but again, not my story to tell.
So, see anything funny on your way back here?
Well, we saw a very strange purple tiefling.
Purple
Sure.
tiefling?
He was quite a bastard.
Mhm.
Dyer, you would have heard from Hate about it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. He's just like, well, I hate tieflings. Yeah, horns. Talk about their tails all the time.
I'll have you know, one of my best friends is a tiefling.
Really? How thick is his tail?
Thick, like super thick.
I can't say that I know any tieflings that are my friend.
Rax will remember this. He's literally across the continent, but your friendship meter with him just went down.
I hear complaints for a royal man. No, you know, I don't know. A lot of tieflings just like talk about like having a thick tail. You know, it's really important. I don't get it, especially since because Dyer he's a coat, so his tail is like thin. He just like wraps it around like a belt, basically. But
I don't understand
Yeah.
why you would want a thick tail when you could just have two.
Don't start this again.
so do you pee
Lork
from
size
both at the same? Oh, okay.
All right, let's get back to the subject of our current meal
Rifter looks
before
at
this
the
evolves further.
Rifter looks at the back of him, the little like fluff of feather that's behind him. Would you consider this a tail?
What do you
Or
use
tail
it for?
feathers.
By the way, you do have your rifted token on the right side if you wish to use it.
Oh, cool.
He came prepared.
Let me go ahead and swap that out. Oh, well, there you go. There it is. I can just... Yeah, thank you.
Tiefling use their tails for interesting things. I learned recently.
What, like and I pantomime sex. Like that.
Well, I
So,
suppose
yeah,
it was
yeah,
only
exactly.
a matter of time before we got back to normal. Hoped it would be longer.
No, but it's
I
really
definitely
interesting. You
didn't.
guys should, yeah, you should check it out.
Hmm.
Listen, I'm asking the important questions here.
Exactly.
If he didn't ask them, who would?
Right.
That's
Hopefully
the idea.
nobody.
Preferably no one.
Coward.
Look, knowledge is power.
Knowledge.
I wouldn't exactly call this powerful knowledge, but
It's
all right.
powerful.
Listen, if we ever need to seduce a tiefling, this is extremely useful.
Yeah, I gotta grab a tiefling by the tail.
I think you certainly need not do something so crude.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Well, anyway. We have 2 days until the supposed merchant comes. How much money do we have to actually buy all the supplies like we were apparently supposed to? Please tell me you actually got money from that.
Let's so
Dyer.
here's your cut. And he pulls out his bag of gold as I open the other one. Let's see. So, but some of you guys owe me part of the money I paid for the caravan at the beginning.
Take it out of the major.
Agreed. Less headache that way.
He's looking at his gold patch.
Oh, also, Rifter pulls out the tickets and says, "By the way, who going to this?"
Sure as damn. I sure as hell am.
I am
Obviously,
too.
yeah.
I've gone to too much trouble to actually prepare for this.
Yeah, and obviously you. But between, and I look at point to Strinhoff, Aquila, and Dyer. Because I don't care either way, but if nobody wants to go, I spent good money on it.
I would like to go, but I didn't spend money on it.
Dyer's going. Alright, next.
Remind me again about this place.
It's a play that's taking place in Soju Camp. Earliest
right,
we can
right.
go is on the 49th.
Right, the play.
Yes. the
Sure, I'll
play.
go.
Alright, so
Alright,
Dyer
Strinhoff.
off then.
Always buy more tickets. Rifter, how much were they?
Gold.
See?
I
That's
think my time might be better spent here working at the medical area.
Really? I always took you for the artsy kind, but I suppose you're right. I'll go then.
Speaking of, I suppose I should write you a writ of recommendation or whatever the hell it's called for that.
Yes, please.
Oh, how I wish I had been in Auspicia. They would know what the hell all this is.
Wait, how many of you guys are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody gets 7 gold.
From what?
35.
Oh, that's
For,
fantastic.
for the caravan
nice.
thingy.
That is like nut.
60, 60 minus 35.
Yeah, I have 19 gold now. I can't wait to be broke again.
I have 20 finally.
31
This is
gold.
the most
let's
I've ever
fucking
had,
go.
actually.
Wait, Darius, you have 31? What about your
Oh, yeah.
merchant fun times?
He sent back 100 gold back to the to his source.
Ah,
So he
what a-
technically also has 180 some odd gold in that.
Yeah, there we go.
That's beside the
I was
point.
gonna
That's not
But that's- yeah,
here. That's
beside
not real money.
Jeff Bezos
Capitalism,
only has a lot of
ho!
money in
I
his
was like,
company.
how does Mr. Contracts have less gold than me? This makes more sense.
Um,
Well, Mr. Contracts is sitting inside a sword right now.
Not that one.
No, that's Mr. Deals.
Yeah. Whatever.
this is the worst trade.
Semantics.
Listen, Darius is the one that taught me about contracts. He's contract man for me.
Mm.
Zeolus, Harry Potter guy.
Harry
Zealous
Potter guy.
Harry Potter guy. That reminds me, we should bring a tier list up again sometime.
Harry Potter tier list?
No. Idiot.
Oh,
I did that once.
Is
Who's
it,
better?
Is it nighttime right now?
It's starting to be late in the evening. Yeah, we can go with that.
And as I finish eating, I get up and I say, "You guys enjoy yourselves. I have some studies to attend to at the Mages Guild."
wait, you going to Hectorum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me accompany you. I gotta drop.
Actually,
He
Dara,
just
it might,
he just
it might,
stands up and begins walking.
I might need
suppose
your
I'll stay here.
assistance for this, so
Wait, really?
you are
Oh,
welcome
okay.
to accompany me.
Okay, good.
I suppose I'll stay here and work on that writ.
You guys should eat more. I
Lord
haven't
has
seen you in a
eaten,
while,
like,
and you gotten
quarter of his
skinny.
stuff.
No, Laura, you gotten skinny. Eat more.
Sloric ends up
He takes-
looking at Schoonhoff as they begin to walk away, and then looking back at the table full of food, and then back at.
I throw some of the meat at Sloric.
Darius
Yeah,
also
Lork
Kobe's
throws a
the
rib at Slork.
Sloric
Everybody
has two
bombards
pieces of
Slork with
meat
food.
that-
Throw food.
that both
Why are you guys treating him like a dog? I say as I go over to the table and take a plate of food for him and place it down.
Wait, but the plate.
as
Well, I like
as
dogs.
the meats begin to like slide their way through his outer lipid layer from the throwing, he also looks forward and rather nicely and with good manners consumes off of the plate without slobbering on the plate too much.
What a master.
Wow.
What a baby.
Good. Just good.
He is Arby's. He has the meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lork
I,
reluctantly takes another bite of the meal.
I
Just
crouch
two-piece
down,
diner.
I crouch down and tell him in our language they are quite impressed with your table manners.
You see as he kind of becomes a little bit spiky for a moment as he emits a wave across his body.
What does that mean?
Something. As I make my way out the door.
All right. He follows, and he Like a child, he like looks back and just looks at Darius before leaving. He just like can't believe he's here, but yeah, he leaves. And yeah, he does. When we get to the town, like he basically excuses himself for like 20 minutes, and then he comes back and he's ready to help you out.
I Dyer acting sus.
Do we want to
Yeah.
do this now or like in a mini session? Because I don't know
We
how
can do
much
it.
time you guys have.
I don't know, depends on you guys. Yeah.
I don't have work, so I don't care.
My time is infinite. I do not have anything resembling a healthy sleep schedule, so I can literally go all night.
Same.
Okay, and as I
Just take
get
off my
to
pants.
the Mages Guild, I tell Dyer, remember the tentacles we found?
Oh, what happened with that?
Well, nothing quite yet, but I've been well before our whole cat and mouse chase. I was looking into them in potential for making them into some weaponry.
And did you get something? Like the
Well, nothing solid yet, but I'm still determined to figure out if there's anything we can get out of it, and we have two, so might as well not
Yes.
waste them.
There's gotta be a way to put a tentacle in a whip. Seems perfect.
And
So do we
Well-
like research it?
what was the role? Medicine.
Yes.
Can I help him? Since I'm literally doing that.
Well, how would you be helping him?
Basically whenever as he's like prodding and trying to cast magic on it or like detect magic or whatever, he like tries to make it more efficient. He can't really help in terms of magic, so he just like walks around. When he needs something, he brings it, that kind of thing.
I see.
Fucking
Yike.
rules.
Yike.
Come on, give me an advantage.
You end up determining that due to the internal mechanical structure in the way the bones interlock, they would be poorly suited for the extreme amount of kinetic transference required for a whip. They lose quite
dang.
a lot of their energy as each one clinks into the next.
What about what other stuff can you make with the tentacle, if not a whip?
Huh.
That remains to be discovered, I suppose.
Couldn't we leave it with Thukon and see how that goes?
I want to, but I don't want to waste his time any more than I need to, so I would prefer to discover the properties that it holds now rather than later.
Huh. Well, I guess it's better than just sitting around.
Alright, now
Right.
you can make it with advantage. Now you get to roll your other bit as you continue to work together. now
What
that
bit?
you're experimenting rather than looking for one thing.
Medicine again?
Medicine again. Fantastic.
Yo.
You end up
Yo.
discovering that each of the individual bone components of the tentacle itself are extremely lightweight and hollow and have a very interesting design when Dyer inevitably just ends up taking one and out of boredom kind of tosses it at the wall and it kind of hovers in the air for a little bit as it goes over, moving at about half the speed that you would expect.
Wait,
Well, that is
So they're
certainly
basically-
unexpected.
I did it on purpose.
This is why we experiment, my good Dyer.
Yeah, I'm really good at that. Apparently, he looks at the tentacle that very slowly hits the wall. I assume.
Half? Well, you didn't throw the entire tentacle. You threw a single bone component of it.
Oh, like a piece. Yeah.
Stroonhoff, would you replicate the experiment?
How so?
Like
Just by
taking
Throw a
another
bow.
piece and throwing it?
yeah, I attempt to copy Dyer's previous actions as best as I can.
As you throw it, it goes slightly slower, but only about 10% slower than expected.
I turn to him and say, "It seems we have a breakthrough."
So, I pick it up from like the floor or the wall, whatever it is, and try to do it again.
Alright. How do you specifically do it?
I throw it just like how he throws everything, just very, actually, like surprisingly meticulously. That's like the one thing he does.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
So, in
So,
contrast to how Struenhoff had done it moments before, you put quite a lot of spin on it in a very smooth and single action. And it manages to, as it goes out, it kind of holds in the air for a moment and then moves off to the left instead of forward. So you throw it forward, it spins in the air for a moment, and then it slams into the left wall.
that is the most
And it makes
aerobic thing I've seen.
it makes quite a strange whistling sound as it travels through the air.
Wait, he grabs his crosses. He's like, "Do you think they made these with that?" And he looks at Strunhoff. His boomerangs that always come back. He's never lost them one time. That's it.
I take the boomerang and like look over it really quick.
Do you think they're magical? I never checked.
The boomerang magical?
I don't know.
Am I able to determine that just by looking at it?
No there?
Hello.
Am I able?
Are the crosses magical?
You are not able to determine that just by looking at it, no. They don't exude any particularly evident magical properties that you would be able to determine without a specific spell.
Well, we would need someone who can determine that then.
Do you maybe I kind of want to go to Thugolm and tell him to put one of the tentacles inside my cross. I heavily doubt he'll be able to do it because last time I showed him this, he was very confused.
Well, we could show him our recent discovery with them. See
Yeah,
if he changes
maybe
his
we should
mind.
do that. Let's do that next time. Maybe tomorrow morning once we get back to our Hectorum. Well, we
Sure.
come back here.
Well, you guys are already in Hectorum.
Yeah, but it's nighttime, right? Or is it daytime?
Yeah,
It was like
it's,
this afternoon, right?
yeah, it's late afternoon still.
So is Thugolm open? Is my man open?
Yeah.
Okay, run over there.
You end up discussing plans with him for a bit. He's interested in the bit of it, and he says he'll work on a prototype, and he has an idea, and he'll see what he can do.
Do you need this? He offers the cross as
Just for
one or
20
many.
minutes. Sorry. Just for no, that's definitely not it. Hold on. Just for 20 minutes or so, and then I should be able to get it back to you. Just want to take a couple scans and, make
Oh,
my
okay.
mark on it.
Yeah, he hands it to him.
Thanks, lad.
Now, what to do with the other one? I suppose I'll keep going over it in my spare time.
Yeah, I don't think I don't suppose that you're down to throwing it.
No, not this one.
Well, then we need to figure out something else.
I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You end up getting your boomerang back, and he says he'll try to have something up in a couple days.
Gotcha. Alright, should we head back?
Yes, I'll continue research another day. And you're welcome to join me, of course.
Will do.
You make your way back to the Hectorum stronghold and walk in. As the table has almost all of the food evacuated from it, some of it remains. And,
Evacuated.
excuse me?
I'm sorry. No, no, keep going.
No. I wanted to hear what you said.
He said evacuated.
You said the food
Yeah,
evacuated.
it had to evacuate. It was an emergency.
It was tragic.
No, I just find the word like kind of funny, and it's like the image of like the food jumping off the table and running in various different directions.
Yes, of course. That's the only.
I see.
Animate object.
Just
Alright,
keep going. It's
fuck
fine.
you. The food's gone. People were messy. You like that? Is this what you want?
Yes.
Alright, Junhoff goes to sleep.
There is
The
very
end.
happy.
Everybody else move on.
Yeah.
He's an
Yeah, I
old
know.
man, he needs his sleep, and he's getting.
So at this point, because of how awkward and dumb his previous question was, Lork's kind of just rubbing the back of his neck and
What did he say?
kind of nods somewhat excitedly now that Dyer's back to actually fix the awkward silence at the table.
Did you just actually ask that? Dude.
Yes, he
yeah,
actually asked that.
Once Sarah's back, it sits there and he says, "So, you guys been doing anything interesting lately?"
Lorik smacks his forehead with his hand.
I mean, not that we
Alright.
haven't really done as a group.
Yeah.
You know, we're
I don't know.
always spending most of our time together, so I don't know how much I could say.
Just making small talk, you know.
Yes, exactly what we need.
Well, I guess
Small
that
talk.
works better for you than it does for me.
What are we doing the next couple of days? Are we going back to the dungeon? Anybody feeling particularly
Yeah.
bored?
We might, but we have to be back on the 40th, of course.
Hmm.
If it's looking to be a longer floor like that one where you all had to go back without me, then we'll just have to
I
come back.
wonder how React is doing.
I'm sure he's just fine, but I bet he misses us all. Me especially.
Yep.
I don't think we should leave until we've done what we need to do on the 40th.
I think so, but it's like it's about a week away. It's 9 days away.
I think we got time.
Dyer, it's
Yeah,
2
but we
days away.
spent like 4 weeks and
Why is 2 days away?
Yes, the merchant comes in 2 days.
Oh, the merchant.
Oh, should I have not come back for another 2?
No.
Darius, this is
Dyer looks hurt.
as
Just the
ideal
idea.
as it could have been.
This is ideal, what he said.
Hold on, what was the line? Lay low?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
haven't
lay
exactly been laying low, have we?
No, we're doing great. It's down to a T.
Darius has been
Especially-
laying low. Nobody even knows that Darius left Soju Pem.
Maybe.
Well, aside from the part where Lorik announced his name to a specific person who specifically works in law enforcement, aside from that, nobody has any clue.
They have no idea.
When did I announce Darius' name?
No, Lorik's
No, your name.
Oh yeah. Well, nobody knows that Darius has left.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So Darius
But
is
we're
doing
all
a
supposed to lay
perfectly fine
low.
job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, I've said it before, but it's good to have you back, Darius.
It's good to be back, I suppose.
We can go and make some closing bits. All right, fantastic closing bits. Thank you all.
No, wait. I want to say something.
Dude, my brain is so fried right now.
I don't
I
really
thought-
have anything to say at this point.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah,
something to say.
as everybody is like cleaning up, taking the plates. So
I'm asleep.
Yeah, Strunhoff
As
is asleep.
Strunhoff
Old man.
snores because he's an old man that wakes up at 4 a.m.
Darius is
Um,
exhausted from running. He's gonna go to bed too.
No, but he wants to say something to Darius before he leaves.
As Darius
He,
begins to make his way out of the core room and into one
You-
of the tangential auxiliary rooms, Dyer steps forward and kind of reaches out his hand and
No, he doesn't
grabs
touch
onto...
Darius. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He's a coward.
No, he
my-
doesn't like that. He seemingly doesn't like to be grabbed. I'm not gonna grab him.
Oh my god.
He's like, "Hey, Darius. I guess whatever it is they said, seems like they put a little bit more trust in yourself that you needed. It's not a sentence.
I understand your attempt at a sentence, regardless, Dyer. Yes and no, but
Well,
Yes.
know that he looks at you. Like, since he cut you off, he just looks at you.
I might as well ride out the rest of my time with you all.
Well,
I don't want any harm to come of you, but should I get
can't
any
say.
should I get any indication outside of these visions that I am a harm to you, I will leave again.
You know, I can't say I'm the man that can convince somebody to come back when they don't trust themselves. I don't think I'm the man to do that job. I don't know. I'm not good at a lot of things, and that's one of them. But know that this stupid ass trusts you. So hey, at least take that into consideration because
He sort of pats him on the shoulder. You're better at it than you give yourself credit for.
it says, well, again, I do not know anything about what you've been through, but damn, is it impressive that you made it so far? And he just, that's it. He just like turns around.
Frankly,
He's
I'm
like-
surprised as well. Regardless, good night.
Good night. And he goes to the kitchen to wash dishes.
Wash, scrub, scrub, scrub.
I don't know who's awake or whatever, but I intended to say this to the entire group. Rifter basically just says, "Listen, mates, for future reference, we do this shit together. We're stronger together, better together. If you leave the group, you're just being selfish at that point, in my opinion. We're there for you. We're here for you. We're going to find you and we're going to help you, no matter what."
Well,
I
Thank
was
you,
with the
Rifter.
caravan, he shouts from the kitchen.
and thank you for that, Dyer.
Yeah, no problem.
At this point, Lorik is just kind of writing an entry in his journal before he heads off to sleep.
What time is it? I assume evening since everyone's going to sleep.
Wait, Aquila! He shouts before you run off.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Is that-
okay. Yes.
Hey, Aquila, you're smart, right?
I like to think so.
Would you be surprised if I told you that I could shapeshift? You know, would that be a surprise?
I
Lorik
mean,
immediately bolts upright.
there are several people in this party who can, so nothing much surprises me in that front anymore.
Cool, I can do that. All right, good night. He turns around.
Congrats.
He sighs with relief. He's like, whew. I gotta get out of there.
Darius
Last
sort
Good
of,
for you, I guess.
Darius sort of just very loudly sighs.
Dyer, what the
Pops.
hell was that? You were basically a mess when you told me.
I don't know.
Alright, fair enough then.
She understood that. He mumbles to himself.
I don't think she quite got it.
Shurthoff stirs in his sleep as if something was awry.
You're on the
Why
other
is it
side
everybody's-
You're on the other side of the house, old man.
How does everybody sense a disturbance in the forest? They literally just said that.
Because
Well, we're
it's
not
almost
that
as
far
if-
away.
It's almost
Also,
as
I
if,
may be on the other side of the house, but I can hear them still.
yeah, it's
Magically.
almost as if
Magic.
Dyer literally screamed Aquila.
Yeah, true.
And I was only 30 feet away from Lorik at that point.
And I'm in.
Well,
Well, yeah. Schoenhoff doesn't really hear Darius's muttering. I'm gonna be honest.
The house
Yeah.
is 100 feet long. I have 120-foot blind sight.
Congratulations.
Rifter's just gonna go ahead and work on training for extra attack, and then go to sleep at an appropriate time because he's a more responsible adult than I am.
Fantastic.
Imagine being a
Exactly.
responsible adult.
can't be us.
Storik finds a nice spot on the rug and goes to sleep there.
Slork can come over here with me.
Historic.
He doesn't have to be alone.
By the way, Lothar, what were
As
the...
he hears your whimpering, he eventually kind of readies himself when he scrunches up a little bit before making his way over and sleeping in between the two groups.
Oh, he got bigger.
Well, he didn't get bigger. That was just this token being updated to represent the other token.
Him getting bigger part.
Nice, bigger Solric.
Because he did get bigger in the past, but not just now.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
Lothar,
hang my fingers out of the lower bunk and just like give him a few pats and then roll over and goes to sleep.
by the way, Lothar,
He is underneath your fingers as they kind of trail slightly through his goopy skin, and he makes a cooing sound. By the way, Lothar,
was I able to determine exactly what enchantments were put on the cloak? Is it a cloak of protection or...
I'll get back to you.
Okay. That's what I was hoping to pay for initially.
I would believe so, but I'm also sleepy, so I'll check back up on my notes in the future.
Okay. That was my original intent 100%.
I thought it was mostly the self-mending, but that shall work. As
Well, that was just flavor.
Alright.
Like, that's what the blacksmith sold me on after. I was like, hey, can you make this cloak resilient?
Unless you still need me, I'ma head out.
Yeah, thank
Yeet.
you,
Alright, later, man.
all you players, for continuing to show up and helping have good interactions with each other, and thank you to everybody who decided to watch.
This was a
And-
fucking amazing session, I feel like.
Round of applause for Darius.
Slightly
Yeah,
triggered,
good
but
session.
good session.
Yeah, that
Good
was
voice
amazing.
acting, by the way. Yeah, good voice acting. I
Good
wanna
shit.
I wanna give props to Chad. Not Darius, Chad.
Chad's a Chad.
Chad is
Chad's a
Chad.
Chad. Accept this compliment.
Accept a compliment or die.
All right. Talk to you folks later. Bye-bye.
Later.
Adios.
Bye. Oh, okay, he's gone. All we want.